it's not all bad. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, helping you understand why now is the time to purchase an annuity. Annuities are the only products that will guarantee you an income you can't outlive. It's those guarantees that are tied to Treasury rates. And as we know, those rates are at 40-year highs. If you're in or within 10 years of retirement, use this to your advantage. This is exactly why it's possible to receive up to a 25% upfront bonus for income, and why it is possible to receive up to 10% per year for income growth. It's because of the high interest rates. Don't let anyone tell you it's not true, but also don't wait. Interest rates and these guarantees will eventually come down. Call 561-390-1000. That's 561-390-1000. Or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking at a hit and run off to the shoulder of 95 southbound, just south of Woolbright Road in Boynton Beach. Looks like it's just causing a minor slowdown. Well, folks, take a look at it, but it's, again, not blocking any lanes. Elsewhere, most of the accidents we had earlier have been cleared away. Turnpike looking good. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Well, good morning, sunshine.
Oh, by the way, what day is today?
June 14th.
Today's Flag Day.
Flag Day.
Just let your flag fly, man.
So I can let my flag fly.
The adoption of the U.S. flag.
Act of Congress proclaiming June 14th as National Flag Day.
To make the Stars and Stripes the official flag of the United States of America.
No, your flag's flying.
Showtime.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
Turn it up, Captain.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hello, and welcome into The Penthouse on a Wednesday, June 14th, a Flag Day. Also, a very sad day for us in South Florida sports. But we so thank you for tuning in all the time, whether you're listening on Real Radio 92.1, 101.7, or of course that absolutely free iHeartRadio app. Good morning, this is Franny, and good morning to you, Jimmy. Hi.
Hello, and good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello, and good morning, Mr. Greek.
What is happening on a Tuesday, which is Wednesday? How the hell is everybody today? I know it's a sad day for Panther fans, and Monday night was Heat. So it's back-to-back, and it's also a little bit like a letdown withdrawal, like it's when the NFL season ends, because for 2 months, everybody's been saying, like, man, did you see the Panthers last night? Did you see the Heat? So, again, both franchises had great runs. Very proud of them. Went farther than anybody anticipated. It was just, they did great. They really did. So hats off to the Panthers. Hats off to the Heat. And, I know it's a little bit of a letdown now for fans. And last night wasn't a good night. Vegas, though, they had a little bit of advantage, Jimmy. I don't know if you knew this. They had a bunch of strippers on the first row.
Oh, well, that'll do it, huh?
So when the Panthers were getting
they unionized?
Yeah, well,
pretty soon.
No, wrong state. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. But that's why the Panthers couldn't concentrate. They kept looking over, and they're like, whoa, what the hell is that in the first row? A little bit of an advantage. Vegas must have been crazy last night. I would say the same level as New Year's Eve. I talked to one of my friends who was out there last night and not a hockey fan, just is there for 4 or 5 days. And I talked to him early this morning. He got up and he goes, oh, my God, it was crazy last night on the Strip. And I can only imagine. First championship ever for that city.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought they won. I know they've been there a couple times. I thought that they had won one already. When I saw today that was their first championship, I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, they got to the Stanley Cup the first year.
Right.
And that's when Vegas got crushed. Remember, like they were like 2001 to make it, and everybody, they remember Teddy saying like bartenders, waitresses, everybody went to the window.
Sure.
And they won.
Sure.
They didn't win it all, but they got to the Stanley Cup. And that was the prop bet. But, last night was the first time. And, again, they're only in existence 6 years, I believe. They've done great. They really have.
Well, you keep hearing about them. It feels like they've been around for a lot longer than that, to be honest with you.
No, they great organization.
Good for them.
Yeah, and so they did beat the Panthers last night. It was like a baseball score. It was 9-3. But and I hope you did listen to the Panthers on Real Radio. We appreciate that. And it was a great run. Same thing with the Heat, like I said, but it's a little bit of a letdown now, no doubt about it. I know sports fans now, they're like, everybody's like, oh my God, what am I going to do with football?
So you got the Nuggets for the first time champions, and now you got the Knights for the first time, the Golden Knights first time.
That's amazing.
Yep.
And
too bad it wasn't South Florida. Too bad
here's
it
what
wasn't the Florida Panthers.
Here's what Florida fans are saying to Vegas fans.
Oh, good for you.
Well, at least we got to see the Stanley Cup here in the building.
Yeah.
We were hoping that we were going to get another tour of it when it belonged to the Florida Panthers, but we got a taste. Yes.
Yeah. It was kind of neat seeing pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
And after, the fun experience that we got with it.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. It was right in the studio. I mean, it was here, and then you see it on TV, and you're like, wow, I got to touch that or to see that, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
And meeting Mike, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice guy.
That was cool.
I saw him on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
I know him.
I said,
we met him.
Mike Bolt.
Yeah, I said, I think he asked me for an autograph. But no, it was really cool. And that's, like I said, hats off to Vegas, but great run by the Panthers. I'm sure
by that much.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to help them next year with their fans and people wanting season tickets because that's what happens with everything. Same thing with the Heat. It happens with FAU. Anytime you get great success, there's so many new people that jump on and say, hey, I want to go next year.
Yeah. Panthers tickets, I'm sure, will be flying off the shelves.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's probably the best time in a long time to be a South Florida sports fan. And everybody is expecting, whether that happens, big things from the Dolphins.
And a great season for the Panthers, but, I mean, they've been a pretty solid team for a few years now, too. So hopefully we'll get a championship in the next few years.
Well, we hope so. I mean, that's it. This year was very unexpected. The year before, they had the great season, lost the first round. But this year, I mean, beating Boston, and Boston was not the best team this year. They were the best record ever. And they were down 3-1, and they came back. So, and one thing about the Panthers and the Heat, they made a lot of people a lot of money if you were betting on your home teams because they were underdogs a lot.
Sure. Hell, yeah. Made tons of money that way if you were betting on them.
Yep.
Weren't expected to win, probably even going against Vegas.
No.
Is Vegas that good, or did Florida just kind of, peak at the wrong time? It's kind of hard to say. Vegas just had their number from the get go.
Yeah. No, the same thing with Denver. I think the Heat was a little tired too.
Yeah.
The Heat played a couple more games than the actually Nuggets did. And they had long series. Boston was 6-7 games, stuff like that. But again, they both really played well. So, Jimmy, you got some news about a ladies of the night, I think.
Well, Franny mentioned it there. Yeah, apparently. So, a question. We'll start with this. And I don't know if you guys read the article. So, if you did, maybe this will be tough for you to answer. But what city has the most strip clubs in the country?
What city?
Yeah.
Man, I would say Vegas.
I'm not going to go with Vegas.
No?
That's just my opinion. I'm going to go.
Tampa's up there, too.
Yeah, I was going to say Tampa.
Tampa would have been the one that I would have guessed, right? So apparently the city of Portland has the most strip clubs per capita in the country.
Really?
Okay.
Did not know that.
Let's go to Portland.
As part of the growing industry, though, in town, dancers at a strip club in Northwest Portland are unionizing. That's right. They're doing it, Greek.
Good job.
So, according to this one dancer, she said, "We're here today to make a change," said Cinnamon, a dancer, "to show club owners that we deserve safety and it's important that we have it." It's an online petition that was started. Dancers at the Magic Tavern said some employees were fired because they brought up safety concerns. Now, you would think that, safety concerns is more physical, for them as far as, physical harm, right?
Security.
As far as, right. Apparently, they're having trouble. Like, the dance floor is unsafe. The pole isn't, attached to the ceiling properly. So
what kind of clubs are they working at?
So they got, places like that, right? Yeah.
Portland's supposed to be a nice city.
Yeah. So
a lot of lumberjacks.
I was a little surprised on that. Now, they also do want, security guards, a lot more security guards. And I guess maybe I'm just spoiled. I assumed it. Most clubs had them, but maybe not.
And then
I know they do here, don't they?
Health insurance, I'm sure, too. Probably other benefits they're seeking.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it wasn't, at least that wasn't in the article that I read, but, safety, what we thought safety, again, physical harm, was one. Apparently one of the dancers there got drugged, and didn't, so, stuff like that's going on, too. But, the dancers are being represented by Actors Equity Association, the labor union that represented the country's only unionized dancers, which is in Los Angeles.
Yep, because I was going to say, I saw this story yesterday, too, and about a month ago, there was the club in Los Angeles. There's a group of dancers that got unionized there, too. They were the first ones ever to do so.
We're joining their union, said Cinnamon. Because we're able to bargain. I'm sorry, that's a joke.
She should change her name.
Her real name is Daphne, her alleged name is Daphne. Because we're able to bargain our contract and protect us and make sure that the club owners are held responsible. Dancers said that unfortunately, safety concerns are common in this line of work, including health and hygiene. One dancer was drugged, as I had mentioned. The dancers also listed things like club owners can do to help to make them feel safer. Like panic buttons are definitely another thing that they're looking at. As of Sunday evening, Magic Tavern hasn't responded to requests or comments by this one news agency. They tried to call the club, but they hung up. And I think, let me make sure here that I have it loaded. I got some audio from them talking about it.
We're here to make a change, to show club owners that we deserve safety and it's important that we have it.
And we recently voted to unionize.
The stage was not supplied with even flooring, which is dangerous when you're wearing giant heels, and the pole wasn't properly installed either, which can be very dangerous.
We want a security guard.
Dedicated.
Dedicated security guard.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All those things. There are a lot of clubs, when the girls leave at night, they walk into their car.
Yeah.
They have security.
Which they should.
Yeah. There is a lot of security. There's a lot of security in there.
Right.
I don't think a lot of guys realize that most clubs, when you're in the VIP rooms and all that stuff, there are cameras on you.
Right.
A lot of guys forget that or don't.
And most of the time, there's security standing right outside of those rooms too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if there's ever a problem,
but apparently not up there.
No,
that's part of the reason why they want to
too.
unionize. So.
And they should be. So if they are seeking to be in the same union as the dancers in LA, those ones did get benefits like health insurance and better pay and safer work conditions too. So they said that they were fighting that for 15 months, and finally the union announced that the management had agreed to the settlement, and that was mid-May. So if they're seeking to jump on the same thing, they'll probably get everything that they got.
Yeah, probably. They've been on strike too, apparently, up here in Portland. So,
it's got to affect the economy.
Yeah, it's got to hurt, right?
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? Those lumberjacks
what am I going to do now?
Those lumberjacks are going crazy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, and I think a little bit on the club owners. I think they always look at it differently too, because that is a business that's cash. So, a lot of money goes south. So I think they look at sometimes that in their mind, health insurance and stuff like that. But if they could provide it for the girls, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, so speaking of money, what do you guys think? What is that magic number? And this is that age-old question that we talk about. How much money do you truly need to feel wealthy? What would that number be? What number would you have in your bank account? Be like, I am rich.
To feel
rich. Just to call yourself rich.
Just to say that title.
Yeah. How much do you really need?
7 digits.
But there's not a specific 7 digits in general?
No, as soon as I hit $1 million, I would say that I would consider myself rich at that point.
Okay. What about you, G-Man?
My house is paid. I have no car payment.
Give me a number.
I got. I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah.
I just had this question 2 nights ago from somebody. My house is paid, no car payment. I got $3 million in the bank, and I'm still earning about $500,000 a year. That's what I would consider myself rich. So I could do absolutely anything I want.
Okay.
So I have no house payment. I have no car payment.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from, but what's just give me just $3 million? What's a number? Because that's in the bank. But what is a number that you can comfortably say? Because that's what we're looking for, a magic number.
Then 5.
$5 million.
$5 million. Okay.
Okay. And that's how you feel rich. Wow, you're expensive. I'm with you.
I'm only one person.
Give me I know you are. That's what I'm saying. You're expensive.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for reinforcing her statement.
Like if I want to buy socks, the short ones, if I wear my sneakers, I want to be able to just go to the store and buy them. I don't want to worry about it. They're $1.49, so I worry.
When you're getting gas with change, like Greek is every day.
I'm
screwed.
I'm kind of with you, Jimmy. I even think if I had high in the 6 figures, I'd be like, wow, I'm rich, like in my bank account. I think I'm like that just because I've never had it before. So I think when you see that much money, but it looks like Americans think that the magic number is $2.2 million.
Okay.
That's the magic number. But they say, in fact, that's really not the truth. They say that that's not the whole truth when it comes to it. But they did. They said that there was a study that was done and that was the magic figure, yet actual answer is surprisingly lower than what you would think. And this is basically, per household too. But they were saying that the average net worth of somebody who felt rich was actually $560,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Awesome.
That's great. But yeah, it was more millennials. They said they felt rich around $531,000 and even went down, like Gen Zers said that they felt wealthy when they were at like a little over 400,000, 414.
Wow. Well, I also think the age has something to do with it because if you're in your 20s and you have that kind of money, you might think that you might have a different mindset.
That's great money for being in your 20s.
That's what I'm saying. And when you're in your 50s and you have that, it's a different thought.
And the 50s, the boomer generation, the 58-75, their average was 692. So still we're below that 2.2 million that were surveyed.
Yeah, and you also, when you get older, you realize you have less time to work. So say you're in your 20s and you got $500,000 buried. That's fantastic because you got 40 years ahead of you to work.
And how did you get that money? So you've got in your mind, like, I made that money by doing X, all right? So I can still do X and get even more. Sure. So I'm rich at this point.
Yeah.
Sort of that same type of that mindset where, there's something around it, how that money was accumulated.
Yeah, of course. You have a career or a job, whatever you're doing, and you're earning, you're saying, hey, I'm in my 20s. And again, you would think, and I don't know what anybody's thought process is, but you might think, hey, I got 40 years to work.
I'm 25, started in OnlyFans. I got, 400,000.
There you go.
I could do that for another 5 years and look how much money I'd have.
Yep. And that's what I think a large percentage was like wealth simply meant to them not having to worry about money rather than having a large bank account. Like that's how they felt. And it is quite sad and we're seeing it happen. I mean, my mom is moving locations because of it and she was even thinking about going back to work after retiring. Knock on wood, she got to sign her closing papers today. We're just waiting for the buyers to do it.
Great.
So moving, very sad, to Puerto Rico. She'll be there this weekend doing some house shopping. But they were saying that financial experts did say that we're in somewhat of a retirement crisis. And there are a lot of people who ended up going back into the labor force. In fact, 1.5 million retirees re-entered the labor market in the year up to this past May.
I'm not surprised.
We've been hearing that for a couple of years now, it feels like, sadly.
Yeah.
And I also think there's more of a need for it because the younger generation doesn't want to work. And I've heard that from a couple of guys that I know who have businesses. They said, like, a lot of the young kids don't want to work, don't want to, work 40 hours, whatever. And they said we're turning to people who are a little bit older who are more, first need the money, want to work, and have a different work ethic in their mind.
Sure.
And it makes sense. I mean, it really does.
Well,
You hear a lot of times they can't find people to work.
I know, but it is. I mean, you think about it, God, it's such a bummer, right? I mean, you work so hard for all those years to be able to relax and retire and do what you want. And then sometimes you just you're forced back into the workforce.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not great, but everybody's different. Everybody's mindset is different. Your mind's your strongest muscle. I've always said that. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Oh, going back to the question there, Franny, I think there's two, and I think Greek was going there, and I wanted to go there, but there's a difference, right? So there's a difference between feeling rich and being comfortable. See, those are two different numbers for me.
Yeah.
You know, you take my 7 figures and cut it in half, and I'm comfortable. You know, I mean, living comfortably, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a little bit different, and that's where that article seemed to go, right?
And it depends on your lifestyle too.
Yeah.
Everybody's lifestyle is different. Yeah. If you don't want to travel to south of France, you know what I mean, and buy this or that, $500,000, you're comfortable. You know what I mean? You're living just a normal life.
Right.
I mean, but if you're out balling this and that and doing that, you're going to need more money. So I think a lot of it is the individual of what their mindset is and what they are.
Sure.
Because what takes somebody to be happy is different to everybody.
Yeah, and that usually reflects in the number.
That's right.
You know, and the numbers we gave out, I think, reflected that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. If you guys have an opinion on this, give us a call, 877-927-6969.
$8, I'm loaded.
You could also text. that was our boss, by the way. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Put in Real Radio first. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. We're going to come back with This Day in History and a trifecta and a lot more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at clouds.
Old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
in
some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Stop waiting for a great deal on better sleep. Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is happening now. Save up to $700 on top brands when you get a king bed for a queen price. Plus, get a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Shop today to get the right bed at the right price.
IDC's giving you a reprieve from sky-high interest rates with an unbelievable offer right now. 0% interest financing on practically everything. All rings, all earrings, all bands, all bracelets, all designer jewelry, even GIA-certified diamonds. Buy now and get fast, easy 0% financing for 5 years. That $9,000 engagement ring comes to just $150 a month. You can even finance the sales tax. Say no to high prices and high rates. Get the guaranteed best price and enjoy 0 interest financing. Only at International Diamond Center.
This 0% finance offer at IDC is insane. People are driving for hours to do this. It's 5 years, 0 interest financing. Whether you spend $3,000 or $30,000, you can spread your payments over 5 years with 0 in interest. And this includes every diamond at IDC. All shapes, from 1 carat to 20 carats, GIA certified diamonds. Get the extreme value price IDC is known for a limited time. Enjoy 5 years, 0 interest financing. Now through July 2nd at International Diamond Center.
US 1 and PSL Boulevard. On approved credit.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets starting today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Only available while pre-sale tickets last, or until Friday, June 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fall Out Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
These are emails filling your employees' inboxes. Downloads beaming from device to device. And any one of them could be a cyber attack. Is it possible to keep your small business safe? It is with Comcast Business Security Edge. It helps keep your connected devices protected, and you can monitor threat activity in real time. So this security threat is the last thing you need to worry about. With Comcast Business, advanced security isn't just possible, it's happening.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 7/23/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Every Saturday in June, zoom into Gulfstream Park Casino and Racing for a chance to win your share of up to $100,000 in cash in the $100,000 Race to Riches Zoom ball game. On Thursday, June 29th, join us for a chance to win your share of $20,000 in free play in the 20K Some Like It Hot giveaway. Earn entries all month long. You're sure to find thrills at every turn at Gulfstream Park. For more information, visit GulfstreamParkCasino.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Place your bid and pay 30, 40, up to 50% less during our used car mega sale at Craig's End's pre-auction sales center. Choose from over 700 economy cars, family cars, sports cars, luxury cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles at up to 50% less than their original MSRP. And all qualifying vehicles are backed with a 30-day return policy for your peace of mind. Need credit? Get pre-approved in seconds online at preauctionsalescenter.com. Plus, we want to buy your car and pay you thousands more than it's worth. Pay up to 50% less during our used car mega sale at Craig's End's pre-auction sales center on 441 just south of Sheridan Street in Hollywood. Click preauctionsalescenter.com or call 844-MY-PRICE. Open till midnight.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to cordellcordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. If your home or business just isn't giving you the joy it once did, it's time for a refresh. Contact your local CertaPro painters and put the power of pro to work for you. That's CertaPro's power of doing the job right, on time and on budget. The power of proven experts with the skills to refresh, rejuvenate, and reinvigorate your home or business. Get your project started today at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
There's never been a better time to get that engagement ring or fine diamond jewelry. Right now at Diamonds Direct, our most exciting offer ever. You can get instant savings up to $5,000 off any purchase or enjoy special financing for up to 5 whole years. Either way, you save big. You can't miss this limited time offer. Design your perfect ring and get our most generous and most flexible financing options. Now through June 30th at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. In Boca Raton behind Town Center. Get details and more at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Still looking at a hit and run off to the shoulder of 95 southbound, just south of Woolbright Road in Boynton Beach. Looks like it's just causing me a minor slowdown while folks take a look at it, but it's, again, not blocking any lanes. Elsewhere, most of the accidents we had earlier have been cleared away. Turnpike looking good. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains.
There's more of South Florida to see. Ride to white sand beaches in West Palm. Taste new flavors in Boca Raton. Or ride to a night out in Miami. Brightline makes getting around South Florida easier than ever. With your next ride at GoBrightline.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Don't forget, big giveaway today, 11:45 every day. You can count on that happening to you guys because we appreciate everybody listening. And then at 1:35, I'm going to give some directions and advice to people who wrote in with some emails. Jimmy's in the house. Hello and good morning. Francis is here.
Hello, what's up?
And now it's time for This Day in History and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
It was the Battle of the Big Apple, two teams that are not playing very good this year and have very high payrolls. Yankees and Mets got together last night. Yankees ended up winning. Mets had a chance at the end, but the Yankees did pick up the W. Our Marlins are out west, and they're not doing good so far playing Seattle. Hopefully, like I said, it'll turn around for the Yankees and Mets because they spent a lot of money on a payroll, and they're just not producing. And Judge is out for the Yankees, and when he's out, there goes their offense. Speaking of offense, bad news. Vegas showed up last night and beat our Florida Panthers 9-3. Season's over. I know it's depressing for everybody who you're Panther and Heat fan, but they had a great season. Great season, the Panthers, and I think they got a lot of new fans. And I even got intrigued with them, rooting them on. And them being on Real Radio helped. They did a great job, so hats off to everybody. And the Buffalo Bills got some bad news yesterday. And anytime I think of a sports team, I go to somebody that I know who's a big fan. And for me, it's Jimmy. And the Buffalo Bills yesterday, Diggs, their star wide receiver, walked out of camp, didn't want to be in there. And then Allen, the quarterback, stepped up and said, hey, there's some stuff going on internally. We're working on it. It could be my fault. I was shocked by that because I think they keep stuff in-house. And when you open up like that, that really opens up the media to be like sharks and want to know what's happened and what's going on.
It sucks.
I was surprised. I really was shocked that Allen said that. I mean, because they could have just said, which they usually say, excuse for personal reasons, and it ends. But I was surprised that Allen did address it and say it was him. He had something to do with it. And they said Diggs was not happy with the offensive game plan, which I find odd because he gets the ball a ton. And he had a ton of catches last year and touchdowns, but he wants to be more involved and have more of a say. That's what they're saying. And then again, all this stuff comes out all over the place. What's true, what's not, we don't know. We just know that yesterday he was not there. The coach at his press conference really said that he has major concerns. That's your first trifecta, sponsored by Tequila 5112. Now it's over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, I think we're going to need the time machine today. We're going back 248 years ago today. In 1775, the United States Army was founded. More patriotic news, 246 years ago today, and why it's this day, Flag Day. In 1777, the Continental Congress made the Stars and Stripes the first national flag. No one knows who really designed the first American flag. Historians say the Betsy Ross legend is probably bunk.
I always thought it was her.
101 years ago today, in 1922, President Warren G. Harding, while addressing a crowd at the dedication of a memorial site for the composer of the Star-Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key, becomes the first president to have his voice transmitted by radio. 83 years ago today, 1940, on this day, the first transport of Polish political prisoners arrived at Auschwitz, which became Nazi Germany's largest concentration, extermination, and slave labor camp, where more than 3 million people perished. 69 years ago today, 1954, President Eisenhower signed an order adding the words "under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance. 60 years ago today, 1963 is the year the manned Soviet spacecraft Vostok 5 was launched, and 2 days later, Vostok 6 was sent into orbit. Why is this important? It was carrying the cosmonaut Valencia Tereshkova, the first woman to travel in space. And no, Greek, she wasn't hot.
Okay. I was just going to ask, was she hot? So I was going to ask.
52 years ago today, in 1971, the first Hard Rock Cafe opened in London. How about that? 41 years ago, 1982 was that year. After suffering through 6 weeks of military defeats against Britain's armed forces, Argentina surrenders to Great Britain, ending the Falkland Island War. 34 years ago today, the slap heard around the world, Zsa Zsa Gabor was arrested for slapping a Beverly Hills motorcycle cop. She complained that afterwards, the treatment she received was from the cops was, quote, like Nazi Germany. She was sentenced to 72 hours in jail. Remember that?
Crazy.
29 years ago today, 1994, I got another audio here to get that queued up. Okay. The New York Rangers won the Stanley Cup for the first time in 54 years, beating the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, good for you.
To all my Rangers fans out there.
Yeah, whatever.
25 years ago today, 1998, speaking of championships, the Chicago Bulls won their 6th championship. This time, it was against the Utah Jazz. It was the final championship of Michael Jordan's career. 20 years ago today, in 2003, Queen Elizabeth made Helen Mirren a dame. 14 years ago today, speaking of NBA again, NBA legend Phil Jackson won a record-setting 10th NBA championship.
Amazing.
As the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Orlando Magic.
What is he at now, G-Man? Do you know?
Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That was it? That was the last one?
I think he won one more. I think he got 11.
Is he at 11 now? Okay.
I think.
Finally, 8 years ago today, in 2015, now this is about Game of Thrones, so it's a spoiler alert. So if you're a Game of Thrones, if you haven't watched it yet, turn the radio down just for a minute. Fans freaked out when Jon Snow was betrayed and murdered by his own men in the 5th season finale, only to come back to life 11 months later.
Thanks. Now I'm not going to watch
season
it.
6. That's it. I told you. Spoiler
I'm not
alert.
going to watch the series anymore.
And that's what
Ruined
happened on this day, June 14th, in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. We do it once a show to reflect on the day that you're actually in. We have a special guest in the studio right now. This is a gentleman who has a great career and does a great morning show every day with his lovely wife, Sally and Curtis. And I am very much a big fan of this guy. If I was not, he wouldn't be here. He knows that. I make it very gin clear. Thank you for spending some time with us to promote another one of your big events. Thank you so much, Mo. Good morning.
Thanks for having me. I'll make this quick. I know Franny doesn't want me in here.
Oh, yeah.
I was told, geez, why is he coming on our show to promote his event?
Never. I adore Mo. You know you can't believe anything that comes out of the guy to the right of his mouth. Ever.
That's for sure.
Ever. We have a whole bit about all the lies he tells.
How about this one?
I love it every time.
He's saying a lie about everything, yeah.
Again, Mo, I was a little tongue-in-cheek. Please tell her you know I was kidding because she rules everything. You know that. She's the boss. So I don't want to be in the doghouse.
Oh, you're always in the doghouse. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Love you. Mean it. But again, I like to give acknowledgement and credit. So, Mo, what is going on, buddy?
All right, so this Saturday, of course, this week you've got the U.S. Open,
yes,
the big golf tournament, U.S. Open, cool. And with all the PGA Tour and the Live Tour and everything. Well, it's the Mo and Sally Open.
Oh, wow.
It's happening at the Drive Shack. We're not PGA. We're not Live. We're a hell of a lot easier and no drama.
Okay.
So what we're doing is the closest to the pin competition on Saturday, 4 to 6 at Drive Shack, Belvedere out by the airport. You show up and you hit some balls, no entry fee, doesn't cost. Hit some balls, get a complimentary stretch from Stretch Zone.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
All right, and then we're going to give you 3 balls, and you get to hit those balls, and, we're going to give a grand prize to the closest to the pin.
Cool. And I heard it's a huge grand prize. Actually, I heard there's 2, but you tell me the first one.
Well, we've got a brand-new tailor-made Stealth 2 driver, courtesy of Edwin Watts Golf on North Lake Boulevard.
That thing's nice. I saw the video you made yesterday. The head on that thing's about as big as Greek's.
Yeah.
No, nothing. No.
What did you brought something in with you today?
No,
What'd
I
you
brought
bring?
the club, yeah.
Oh, you brought it. All right, hold on.
Look at the size of that thing.
No, wait. I'm going to flip the camera on you. Hold on. So people can see.
It's brand new, still has the plastic on it. And by the way, it's a $600 club.
Wow. Surprised it made the event.
Sweet.
With your track record.
Wow. Aren't you glad you came on, Mo?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big. Wow.
Look at that thing.
Wow. I used to know Loan Shark you had one of those.
If
Wow,
you're on
that's
Real
huge.
TV right now, realradio921.com, Real TV, you can check it out. I've got the camera on Mo.
That thing's huge.
Yeah.
Closest to the pin gets, the brand new tailor-made Stealth 2 driver and $100 to spend at PGA National Resort and Spa.
Wow.
Second place is a brand new Callaway Rogue driver. And then third place, we have a golf bag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so some good prizes. And look, you come out, hit some balls, get a stretch.
You said free, right? I mean, there's
all free.
no entry fee or anything.
Fantastic.
That's
Damn.
great.
No.
Is this your first time doing this?
Yes.
The first year?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be an annual thing.
Yeah.
But it's the Mo and Sally Open. Closest to the pin competition, brought to you by Stretch Zone. So get a stretch. I don't know if you know this, but, you hit some golf balls, you get a stretch, and then you hit some more golf balls. A big improvement.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And Stretch Zone is fantastic. I've been there a handful of times. They really do a great job. So I'm guessing as iHeart employees, we are not allowed to play. And
you're allowed to come out and hit some
balls. But we
balls.
can't win anything.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to stop there after
Are
the locker room.
you?
Yeah. I told him I was definitely going to stop by Saturday after the locker room. And anything I can do to help any one of our sister stations, because you guys need help, I will get out there and stop by.
Aren't you glad you came on, Mo?
So glad.
Yeah.
Mo, I love you, bro. You know that. Me even stopping by your vets.
Clearly.
Right? It remains to be seen. I'm not holding my breath, but Greek says he's going to show up.
I will be there. I mean, it's right on my way home. It's not like I'm going out of my way.
Yeah. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know he's not driving up from Boca.
I mean, I'm going to stop by Monroe's, get lunch, and then stop by your event. I think this is a great event, and what an unbelievable prize. Again, these are great gifts. It's great.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't play golf, come out and give it a shot. I mean,
it's
people
fun.
go to Drive Shack all the time. They don't play golf. Hit some balls. You know, you could win Dad for Father's Day.
Ooh, perfect gift.
That is a
$600
perfect
golf
gift.
club. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
go there once in a while. It's a very nice place. A lot of fun. Great place to meet girls, by the way. I mean, I don't know if you know that.
He's married. So.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you're married.
Thanks for the tip. I'll let Sally know. I'm going to Drive Shack to meet some girls.
Nice.
Just trying to help your audience. Mike.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, stop looking at your watch, Franny.
Franny, Mike, off.
She's got a button.
Do I have control over here?
What do you think of the whole Live PGA thing? What did you think of the whole sellout of PGA?
Well, basically, from what I know, I mean, a lot of disappointed PGA Tour players, you know, who stood by the PGA. They're disappointed, confused. They still don't know all the details, you know, because, you know, the guys who went to Live and took all that money, now they're going to be, after this season, be allowed to come back and play on the PGA Tour if they want to.
Yeah.
So,
And a lot of people that were on the PGA turned down a lot of money from it because they were sticking. They were on the side of the PGA. Yeah, they were being loyal to him.
Yeah, what Tiger was like, what, 800 million?
800 million, yeah.
So, you know, I don't know a lot of billionaires who wouldn't like to have another $1 billion bucks, you know, so, and they were so, like Rory was so faithful and so, you know,
vocal about it too.
Loyal.
And he said it hurt his game in the last year and a half because he said there was many times that he felt that he should have been practicing and working on his game, and he was out doing speaking engagements and talking for the PGA and being very involved. He said on a lot of conference calls and different things that they were planning to improve the PGA, and he goes, it took away from my game, and he really felt that way.
Well,
he felt like a scapegoat.
Right. And these guys, you know, who stood by the PGA thought they were doing the right thing. And, you know, a lot of people at the PGA said, well, these guys walked, you know, Phil and you know, those guys, you know, Brooks, Dustin, they walked for the money. Well, PGA's kind of doing the same thing now, right?
Sounds like it.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, they're not loyal. They're loyal to their pocket.
It's all about money.
Always is in sports.
All
People
about
don't want to realize. And the commissioner actually for the PGA, I know I've heard in the last 24 hours, he's not doing so good. He's very sick.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I mean, he's been under a lot of scrutiny. And then he just came out and he said, well, I have different information now, which I really think from the beginning, he should have just said, hey, the money was too much to pass up. And we're taking it.
Right.
I know there's going to be some people out there who are not going to be happy, but I'm not going to camouflage it. We're going for the money.
Well, and then, you know, he says, look, this is the best thing for the game of golf right now. Well, it wasn't the best.
It wasn't 2 months ago.
It wasn't 2 months ago, yeah.
No.
So
I just think
Heck,
it was
Congress is getting involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's this senator or U.S. representative, one or the other. I don't remember which it was. Blumenthal, I think, is looking into it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because again, it's such a drastic change.
Yeah,
and like you said, so many of these guys who are golfers just said no. Now the memes that are on social media with the players like walking into the locker room dancing. I mean, it's just unbelievable the stuff they come up with. I mean, and Phil got beat up so bad, not that he cared, but I mean, he's walking all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he really
Those
is.
guys that went, they're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yep,
You're right.
And you know that money's good.
Yeah.
Like they're not worried about getting it or anything like that. They got it up front. All right, Mo, I know you're busy, but give it another hit before you leave. Tell everybody where you're going to be Saturday.
4 to 6, Drive Shack on Belvedere, out by the airport. The Mo and Sally Open, closest to the Penn competition. Just show up, no entry fee, hit some balls, get a stretch, get your 3 balls for closest to the pin.
Oh, wow.
And you could win TaylorMade Stealth 2 driver, Callaway driver, brand new golf bag. And look, we're just going to have some fun. We'll have some drinks, got some food out there, and it'll be a great Saturday afternoon.
Sounds like a good time. I wish you a lot of success. And like you said, hopefully this is not the only one and you continue on to do this every year.
I hope so.
Yes.
I'm definitely stopping by. I really am telling you, guaranteed. And I'm not even going to charge your town fee.
Oh, thank you. Great.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me
That's
on.
so nice. Yeah.
And,
Thanks for coming out, Mo.
Thanks, Franny. I'm sorry I went 5 minutes over.
TikTok, Mo. Get out of here.
We love you, Mo. You're the best. You are the best.
Thanks, Mo.
You're one of the people that I missed when COVID was on. I really got to say. Jimmy, of course, number 1, but you were a close second. Photo finish. Brian Mudd, then everybody else I couldn't care less.
I guess I'm part of that.
Shocker. You were with me every day. You were with me every day. You were at my house.
I was, yeah. I couldn't shake it.
So I didn't miss you because I saw you every day. See, you're my idol. What a great guy Mo is. I really do enjoy him. Great show in the morning, Mo and Sally and Curtis. If
Cool
you don't-
105.5, yes.
Yeah, if you don't get a chance chance maybe you're not listening to Rover for some reason. I don't know why, but if you ever do, check them out.
Yeah, or you can check me out too. I'm on Mornings on the Gator.
Yeah, so you got a lot
We'll just cross-promote everybody.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. We do that on Real Radio. Did they do it for us? Absolutely not.
No, usually this is what they say.
Your show sucks. So they've been hating Real Radio for years. But it's
listen,
fine.
I mean, they better promote us. We're not competition to them over there in the mornings.
Well, they don't promote us.
Right,
Nobody does.
Please promote us.
No, we don't need, we're good. Thank you. Franny, what's coming up in Florida for you? Anything about Mo?
No, we have somebody who, for some reason, just happened to have a lot of knives on them. And I'll tell you the story because it's very, very weird. And then we have a squatter, and it's so scary how this can happen to almost anybody.
You're right.
It really is. And this is a crazy situation. And then a woman who went nuts at a Dollar General because they wouldn't take her returns. I'll give you all the details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Welcome to the Cult Club. Exactly. Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Raid Light Trap.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet-friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you will receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tobacco-Free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke, I'll never come back to smoke, I'll never come back, I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
For over 35 years, we at Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, have built our firm with the word more in mind. We have more than 800 lawyers and more offices nationwide ready to fight for you. And to date, we have recovered more than $15 billion for our clients. So, if you've been injured at work or in a car accident, you deserve more. Contact Morgan & Morgan today. Just dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The Miami Dolphins are coming to the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Come watch the Xavier Howard Celebrity Softball Game on June 17th, which will include appearances from star players Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Don't miss this unique event in our backyard and purchase tickets online at ballparkpalmbeaches.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu and an all-star lineup of beautiful ladies. It's always Monroe's of Palm Beach. And on Fridays, it's Fantasy Fridays. They bring your fantasy to life only at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Make sure you step in and enjoy yourself with a great time, and it makes a good night a great night. There's only one place, Monroe's of Palm Beach. If you're chasing tail, that's where you should be chasing. Get over to Monroe's tonight. Peace.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet-friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
When you go to a place of business or hire a business to come to your home, that business has a legal duty to protect you from harm and injury. Yet many times people are attacked, raped, robbed, and even murdered because the business they trusted violated that duty. Some businesses are in high crime areas, yet because of cost, security was not provided, and serious injuries or death occurred. Sometimes the lighting in a parking lot or other parts of the business is so dim or not lit at all so as to allow criminals to prey on that customer. Many times we have cases in hotels, apartments, and in-home services where rape, mayhem, and physical assault occur because of the lack of security or negligent hiring of criminals with records. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or on your cell phone dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed in me that if I was going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps? It's Semper Fi, which means always faithful. What's the best part of Trajan Wealth? It's our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
You may not have heard the term fiduciary, but if you're working with a financial professional, it's important to know what a fiduciary means. A fiduciary, per license, has the duty to put the client's best interests first. In other words, your interests over our own. My name is Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and as a fiduciary, we must choose the best investment product available and have reasonable basis for that advice. Most financial professionals are simply paid a commission for selling you a product. Trajan Wealth is fee only, which means we're paid a low, flat fee, and that gives us incentive to grow your portfolio because our interests are aligned. If you're working with someone who is more interested in selling you a product or seems more interested in making a quick commission, then call me, Jeff Jr., and our team of fiduciaries at Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
You're on 95 right now in the West Palm area, looking good, up to speed on the Belvedere curve. We have some large pieces of metal in the right two lanes. This is in Stewart, southbound 95, just south of Canner Highway. So if you were someone you know heading in that area, just give them that heads up. Turnpike looking good. I'm Joel Mal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows the best deals for Dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're unbelievable.
You are.
You are so unbelievable.
Staring problem. Jeez.
You don't even have anything low cut on.
I don't know.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, Greek.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, buddy.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, I'm looking at you. Oh my God! Today's like the only one in the studio. I look over and she's like, "What are you looking at?" Oh my God! Like, what is wrong with you? Take a chill pill. Who am I supposed to look at? I just looked over.
Take a picture. It lasts longer.
Oh my God! You're so mean. Oh my God!
Yes, I know, therapy.
Franny's here.
Hi.
Franny's here.
Look what I'm doing now, Jenny. You're doing the camera.
Put on your blinders.
I'm putting blinders on. Like, oh my God.
You got a special a note here on the table. What is that?
Something about my nuts.
Yeah, some random thing on there. It just says better nuts. And
better nuts.
And he was like, "Did you put this here?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't put it there."
No, I didn't say did you. I said, do you know who did? I didn't think you would put anything about my nuts.
I did not put anything about your nuts.
It's from Mel.
Oh, is it really?
I'm assuming.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
I thought maybe this was new.
Mel got him a better nut, so his mic won't keep falling off.
Oh, so got it. So
But
it's
it's-
nothing to do. I thought it was like nuts. Like,
Right. Do you want me to come in and screw your nuts after on the next break?
It's the best offer I've had all day.
All day. Better be all year, big boy.
So Mel wanted to make sure that you knew that you had a better nut.
So when I ask a question to somebody, usually I look at somebody. When I looked at you, you're like, what are you looking at?
That is not even what happened. Because you
Yeah,
asked,
do your stories.
Our conversation was like 5 minutes ago, and then I look over, and then you're like, I felt it burning through the side of my head. Continue on.
Don't juggle that.
Yeah.
You don't want a nut in your face.
Oh my God. Can we do some Florida stories?
What's wrong with you? Be a professional.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Oh, my God. Holy Tony Award.
Oh, man. So a Florida man returned home from a very long vacation. Good for you. A 7-month trip.
Wow, that's a long vacation.
So this guy went to New
That's a lot of money.
Bet it was.
Who's he sleeping with?
He went to New Zealand. Sounds nice, right? For 7 months.
Nah.
No, New Zealand is beautiful. What do you know?
When was the last time you were there?
When was the last time you were there?
Never.
Okay.
So how do you know it's the good?
Because it looks great. I've seen it on
Looks
videos and
deceiving.
photographs.
Prime Minister's pretty hot, too, Green.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to New Zealand.
That's all you have to say. Oh, boy.
Talk about a layup.
Right?
Touch them all. It's New Zealand or bust.
So this guy gets back from New Zealand and he finds somebody in his home that was not a roommate. And his name is Zamoy Brown.
What does he expect? He's away 7 months.
So when he came home, not only did he find somebody in his home, but absolutely trashed. They said burglarized, items missing. He reported it to the police in an attempt to catch this alleged squatter when he returned. So the squatter was gone, and he was just like, man, my house is just a mess. Well, the guy tried to come back. They found out, and yet not even that. He's there. The dude's gone for 7 months. This guy decides to go in his house, trash it. But out of all the places to sleep, he set up camp in the closet. This is where the dude was sleeping. Was in the closet of the home. Well, then later on, they said that an alarm went off. It was around 8 p.m. where they found Brown peeking into a room where he was lying down at. The homeowner yelled at Brown to get out of his house, and the two began to argue about whose house it actually was.
Wow.
Brown's like, this is my house. I've been here for 7 months. Brown said the home didn't belong to the homeowner, and that's when a shot was fired into the bottom left corner of the front door. This is according to affidavit. Brown then ran out of the house. They were talking. He said that he was living at the house for a few months, Brown was, and he was the only one staying there to his knowledge. He denied stealing any of the items that the homeowner reported earlier in the day. He also said all the windows and doors were unlocked when he arrived and claimed that the house had been vacant for 3 years. Well, of course, that's not true. The homeowner did press charges, and he was taken into custody. They said when they searched Brown, they found a rock-like substance in his pants pocket, which did test positive for
Meth?
Meth, yes. And a couple other drugs on him. But, yeah, very scary situation. Probably find somebody to watch your house if you're gone for that long, just so something like this doesn't happen. So he has been arrested on several charges, including misdemeanor trespassing, misdemeanor possession of marijuana, felony possession of a controlled substance without prescription, and a bunch of other things. And then, it's like this guy just kept on pulling knives out of nowhere. So, scary situation when James Colestani, 19, asks somebody for a ride to GameStop. He wanted to go pick up some video games, right? Isn't that GameStop's house?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the person, it was a complete stranger, and the person was like, no, I'm not going to take you to GameStop. I don't know who you are.
It's a stranger.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then James pulls out 2 knives.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Pulls out 2 knives and threatens to kill the person for not taking him to GameStop. Somebody else was around, was able to take the knives away from James, but then he grabbed another knife, a 7-inch knife, just full of knives.
Was he just laying around somewhere?
Yeah, it's part of Mortal Kombat. He grabbed a 7-inch knife and threw it. They said James eventually jumped a fence at a nearby high school, which ended up sending the school there into lockdown mode, according to the sheriff's office.
Sure.
They were able to find James in a storage container on the school property, and he was still armed with more knives.
Damn.
Yeah. Luckily, no students were ever in danger, according to the deputies. But Sheriff Rick Staley says it doesn't get any more pathetic than this. He ruined his future over video games.
Make him change his name, too.
James, I'm sorry. Yeah, what do you want to call him?
Joey.
Joey, yeah. Joey's been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and armed trespassing, all because he did not get his ride to GameStop. And then finally here, I'll see if I can find this video because this woman loses her mind. There is a video of her at a family, I said Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. It was a Family Dollar. And she starts raging. And you can see she even goes behind the counter and she's punching the register and throwing things around. And it's because they wouldn't accept her return without a receipt, which a lot of places have rules like that, right?
There's a rule there. Yeah, can't do it.
They wouldn't take the merchandise, and they said this is due to store policy. Read the sign, lady. So she left the store, came back, went behind the counter, and that's when she started opening up cabinets, throwing items, and then she left a second time. Then she comes back in again, and then she shoved an employee. She left, by the way, after she was done with all that, with a few boxes of cigarettes. So she's like, I'm going to take all this. She was found at a nearby gas station and was arrested on charges of robbery without a firearm. Excuse me. They said that the woman was arrested a few years ago for trying to, so she's got an MO, for trying to return items to a Walmart that she had previously stolen from that specific Walmart.
This is why they ask for a receipt.
Exactly. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05, 1:05. We'll be back. I have a story about an individual that just popped into my head that I heard recently over the weekend about somebody staying at somebody's apartment.
A squatter?
Yeah. I'm not a squatter, but a friend. But I'll get into that and so much more in the Penthouse when we return. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at clouds.
An old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally in some states.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets starting today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Only available while pre-sale tickets last, or until Friday, June 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fall Out Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast, so visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The Greek Trifecta Show is sponsored by the Fox 29 10 o'clock news. We've got you covered.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you will receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cardis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
We
all know the weather can change at the drop of a hat. It's important to be the first to know so you don't get caught driving through the next thunderstorm unprepared. I'm Fox 29 First Alert meteorologist James Whelan. Fox 29 First Alert weather at 10 p.m. We've got you covered.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making Storm Catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community today and tomorrow.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. 3228. That's 561-459-3228.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
You're on 95 right now in the West Palm area, looking good, up to speed on the Belvedere curve. We have some large pieces of metal in the right two lanes. This is in Stewart, southbound 95, just south of Canner Highway. So if you were someone you know heading in that area, just give them that heads up. Turnpike looking good. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows the best deals for dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory. It's the Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning. All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
All of the best free curated playlists.
It's everything that rocks.
All the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000. Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1. Thanks all the time for listening. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I hope you like what you hear every day, 10 to 2. If you don't, sorry. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, good morning.
Franny just had a story about a squatter in a home in Florida, and I had a story that I heard over the weekend that I thought was very interesting. There was a gentleman. These guys it was an older gentleman and, say, a young kid, I would say in his 30s, and they were friendly at a cigar bar. And this older gentleman was going to Europe. He was telling me a story for about 5 weeks. And what happened was he was getting a couch delivered in a kitchen set to his house, but he was going to be gone. So this kid and him were a little friendly. Like when you meet somebody every day. You see him every day. I know a lot of guys. How you doing, whatever. And the kid said, hey, I'll go to your place and be home for the delivery. Which when it's a nice thing to do because if not, you can't get the delivery. Obviously, you're not going to be there. So the guy paid the kid, I think it was $100 or $200 for both days. And the guy was away for 5 weeks. And then he texted the kid and said, everything okay. The kid sent him a picture. Everything's okay and everything like that. So the guy came back a day earlier, and when he came back a day earlier, the kid stayed there the whole 5 weeks in this beautiful high-rise in Brickell the whole time.
I mean, he was like, he's not here.
So he said he walked in, and the kid's girlfriend was like on the couch and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he was like, "I didn't know what to do." He goes, "I was so like, I'm mad at first because he didn't tell me." He goes, "I texted him, but it's not a squatter story, obviously, but it was a high-rise in Brickell, beautiful building. I mean, everything you can think of, pool on the roof, gym."
That's why he was probably like, I'm going to stay here for a few weeks. This is
crib
nice.
is fat.
Yeah.
He stayed 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Now, he said, he goes, the thing that really is funny is he goes, I think if I came back the day I was supposed to, because I might not have never known.
True.
He goes, there was no mess. Like, you know what I mean? He goes, there was nothing damn.
And how did he know he was there for 5 weeks? The kid must have admitted it, too, though. Because he could have been like, I was just here for the day. Because if there was no mess.
Oh, no, he told him.
Yes.
And then also the guy at the door told him.
Okay, I was going to say, so the kid did admit to it.
Yeah. And the guy is, whatever it was, his doorman, because again, it was a very nice place. He said the kid's been here for 5 weeks.
I was wondering about security or something.
Yep.
Somebody.
But he did have access to it because he was supposed to go and check in on it.
He was supposed to, he said originally it was like 1 day and then 3 days later. 1 day for a couch and then 3 days later for a new kitchen set.
Right.
And that's what, and the kid just stayed the whole time. It's not a squatter, but it is a really, like he said, he goes, and the kid was nice. He goes, the place was immaculate. There was no damage. Like that. He said, but the girlfriend was on the couch.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, once he got over it, the initial of like you kind of feel like you're getting duped, right?
Yeah.
But once he got over it and he kind of knew the kid, right? And he was okay with it eventually.
Yeah, but I think it takes stones to do that. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
In the pool. But when you told the story, I just heard it. I was like, wow. And he goes, if I didn't come home early, he goes, I probably would never have known. He said, but the kid was like, man, he goes, it's just so beautiful. What a view. And we had a great time. And me and my girl.
Did the kid be like, nonchalant about it?
Yes.
And he was like, it was no big deal. Like he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he said he didn't do anything. He didn't think he did anything wrong. He was honest. He said, I stayed here the whole time. He goes, and, it just happened where it was, little by little. And then my girl came and then we just figured we stay.
Well, think he banged her there?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Everywhere. All over that condo.
Are you kidding me?
You may not want to eat there. Yeah, all over the place.
Oh, wow.
Kitchen table.
Freddie, I wasn't expecting that from you.
But in a million years, I would never even think to do that. You know what I mean? Stay in somebody's...
I wouldn't either.
5 weeks is a long time.
No, it is. Yeah. Unless, obviously, he was asked to do so. Yeah, I would never. Never. And before we use... And because so many crazy things, like I just mentioned, had happened. And we used to just have people come and dog sit and stuff. And now... And I mean, just come in and take care of the dogs if we ever go out of town. Now we specifically seek out people who we trust who can stay at our home. Or at least be there a majority of the time.
That's a big trust. Yeah. I mean, that's a big... But again, that's a week. Maybe 7 days.
Oh, no, it's definitely not 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this is
and
5 weeks.
if I was gone for 5 weeks, I would like somebody to stay at my house for that long, too.
Sure. Yeah, but I just thought, he said the way the kid was the whole thing. And he goes, I didn't smoke in a house.
Sounds like the plot of an 80s movie.
It does,
an
doesn't
80s
it?
rom-com.
Just living the dream.
Yeah. I heard over the weekend, he just said, he goes, but the kid was really straight up. He goes, and the ironic thing is, like, he goes, I thought he might have said, hey, take the money back. He paid me. Right. He didn't say anything about that. And he said, he just hung out. He goes, it was good. He goes, once my girl came, he was starting to blame it on the girlfriend. Like, he was like, once she came, she was like,
now what do I do?
We're staying here.
I told her it was my place.
There's people who
that'd be funny, right? If this was like a new girl he met, he brought her over there.
Again, talk about an 80s movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Somebody does want to let you know, G-Man, at 47142. They're like, hey, Greek, Franny's right. New Zealand is awesome. They said, we just got back from a cruise that included New Zealand and Australia. Mm-hmm. And they said the people in New Zealand are very friendly and inviting.
What I said was, I've never been there, A. B, I can't spell it.
That's not what you said.
No,
you basically said it sucked. Yeah,
but Jimmy said the prime minister's hot.
Actually, I looked it up. It's a dude now.
Is he hot?
Actually, not bad looking. Yeah, it's not too bad on the eyes.
Maybe I got a shot with him.
Apparently, I guess they had an election, so there's somebody new now. Because she was until, I guess, the beginning of the year.
And Rome, do what the Romans do. It is the Penthouse.
What's that?
I don't know.
Conquered Greece? I don't know. Who cares?
Who cares? We're not going to New Zealand, I can tell you that. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta and then a big giveaway for you. So hold on. You're getting something. We'll be back. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
When interest rates rise, it's not all bad. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, helping you understand why now is the time to purchase an annuity. Annuities are the only products that will guarantee you an income you can't outlive. It's those guarantees that are tied to Treasury rates. And as we know, those rates are at 40-year highs. If you're in or within 10 years of retirement, use this to your advantage. This is exactly why it's possible to receive up to a 25% upfront bonus for income, and why it is possible to receive up to 10% per year for income growth. It's because of the high interest rates. Don't let anyone tell you it's not true, but also don't wait. Interest rates and these guarantees will eventually come down. Call 561-390-1000. That's 561-390-1000. Or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Lowe's knows the best deals for dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. Give me the VIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. Give me the VIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The Miami Dolphins are coming to the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Come watch the Xavier Howard Celebrity Softball Game on June 17th, which will include appearances from star players Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Don't miss this unique event in our backyard and purchase tickets online at ballparkpalmbeaches.com.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Checking in with the Florida Highway Patrol, and we are accident-free on 95, Boca to Jupiter. 15-minute ride southern to PGA. If you're heading out along the Turnpike, similar story. You have nothing to worry about. Things should be running pretty smoothly. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
FPL has made so many improvements to make
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in the Penthouse. What is going on? Thank you so very much. We appreciate you always tuning in. Good morning to you. This is Franny. Of course, we have producer and co-host extraordinaire Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And the man of the hour. What's going on, Greek?
Thank you so much, Francis. Such a pleasure working with you. I love you. I really do.
She didn't read it right?
I thought I did too.
I don't know. You snuck by me. I was looking for you because you left, and then because you were asking me about my keys,
which are in a to-go box. I walk out and I see his car keys in a to-go box, and I just walk up to him and I was like, "Why are your car keys in a to-go box?" And he's like, "So don't forget them." Why are you so judgmental? Is what he said. I was like, it was just a question. I was just curious to why your keys are in a to-go box.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You're so hard on me.
Why are you so judgmental?
Oh, my God.
I was like, oh, my God. I was just asking why your keys were in a to-go
Yeah,
box.
look at you.
Stop looking at me.
Don't look at me.
You get it, Jimmy.
Why are your keys in a to-go box? So I don't forget them.
All right.
I keep my eyeglasses in the freezer.
Okay.
Because then when the defroster comes, it's just like you're seeing life again. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, just like
it. Life.
It's a
you think you're talking to?
It's a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, mini camps are in session in the NFL for most teams, and the fans are jacked up, and they're mandatory. So you have to go. And yesterday in Buffalo, big explosion. Their star wide receiver, Diggs, did not show up. And the coach even said, I don't know why. He's the only one who's not here. Another answer.
So he was a no-call, no-show.
Yeah, another answer that I didn't like. He should have just said, yeah, he's not here, but not to be like, he's the only one who didn't come here. And then Allen, the star quarterback, Josh Allen, said, hey, I have something to do with this. We're trying to work it out. It isn't about football. There's some other problems going on. And I think when you do that, you're opening yourself up to the team, obviously to all the other players, the organization, the fans, and the media to keep digging and digging. And that's what people were doing all day yesterday. And it was a big story. He's not complaining about his money, and he wanted to make that clear. And it's something personal between him and Allen. And some rumors came out already that he feels he wasn't involved enough with the plays, didn't get enough touches, or different things like that. Again, Buffalo was picked as one of the teams to win the Super Bowl. They have been the last couple of years. And this is just stuff that they don't need off the field that could be a distraction.
I heard they were fighting over what locker they'd get in a new stadium.
Was that
That's what it was.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
It could be. But again, it's not a good thing.
I like that line, they're digging into it. Was that a pun?
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good. They're digging into it.
Nice.
But yeah, I was just surprised an organization like that they don't even have anything scripted. Like, hey, if the media asks, he's got personal reasons and we're not going to get into it. But they went the other way of, he's not here.
Well, his agent was talking, and he fired back later today, insisting that he was in the building, but left before minicamp began. And then he was like, things are being worked out, on the way to being worked out. And this is according to his agent, and said that Stefan has been there. He was there Sunday night. He was in the building in the morning, and then just something happened where he dipped.
Well, that's what Josh Allen said. I have something to do with it. So
he had some weird things on Instagram that don't make sense. Diggs had posted a couple things last night, and I couldn't piece it together.
Well, they all do that. A lot of athletes, they put stuff out there, just little tweets and different things, and then the fans and the media goes crazy. When really you should just say what you want.
So
it's called fishing.
What do you think this means? And this is from last night. All right, this is his personal page. I just be letting people cap. If them lies help you sleep better, tell them, big dog.
Yeah.
He's saying Josh Allen, I'm thinking, is a liar. That's what he's calling him out, because he is the big dog. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, okay.
That's just my interpretation, because Josh Allen is the franchise.
Yep.
But he was trying to calm things down, right? I mean, it sounded like he was trying to smooth things over. The
Josh
situation,
Allen?
yeah.
Josh Allen's saying he's the reason why. Himself, personally. He goes, there's a difference between us. This is what he said at his press conference.
Okay.
He said, his quote was, he's my dog, he's my man, he's my brother. He goes, but there are some personal things that we're trying to work out right now. So there had to be some kind of an argument between those two, maybe early in the morning.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, so do I.
Because Diggs is just too good. I'd hate to see him leave Buffalo, but that doesn't sound very promising.
No, but again, I'm not surprised about conflicts. Things happen. We all know that. You work with people, you play with them, this and that. But I'm surprised that they went to the media.
Yeah,
I think it could have been.
That's the thing. If it got this far, then there's a bad rub there.
Yeah, they could have just said he had personal reasons today, and it would have went away.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's what a lot of organizations do. It just don't have to answer. And then when Allen came out, and then the coach goes, "I'm very concerned." That's bad as head coach to say that. So we'll see what happens. But that was a big story yesterday in the NFL. And you're saying NFL, do people really care? Yeah, they do. 365 days a year. Last night was the Stanley Cup, and Vegas did win 9-3. So our Panthers are done. Hats off to Vegas.
I mean, that was a spanking.
Yeah, that was a spanking.
That was.
If you like spankings, then maybe it was a good game.
Not that kind.
Wow.
Guess there's a good reason to happen in Vegas. Huh?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. There was no big problems in Vegas last night, too. There wasn't anything like it was burnt down or anything like that.
No car set on fire?
No shootings from what I saw this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's Vegas' first championship as a city, so hats off to them. They do have the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're going to have the A's. They got passed yesterday in their Senate where the stadium was approved. And that's going to be right next to where T-Mobile is. That's where they're going to put the baseball stadium. And I'm sure eventually they will have a basketball team too. But hats off to Las Vegas Knights and to our Florida Panthers, which had a great season. We can't thank them enough for everything. Those guys really play their ass off. And in baseball yesterday, Yankees and the Mets and a Big Apple. Little championship, and the Yankees won game 1. So hats off to the Yanks. Judge is out, and when he's not playing, it's hard for the Yankees to score runs. And the Mets have been just a dumpster fire all year, and they spent millions and millions of dollars on everybody, and they're just not winning. The owner has said he's going to give him a little bit more time. Speculation is if the Mets don't turn around by the All-Star break, there might be a change with the manager. And that is your Greeks Trifecta, sponsored by Tequila 512.
Guys, want to give a prize away?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. We have a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold with special guest Falling in Reverse, Saturday, September 16th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. We got a little bit more detail if you want at realradio921.com under the contest page, and you can register for another chance to win right there. But how about giving us a call right now, 877-927-6969. You can win a pair right now. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. Super simple. I'm going to read you a quote, and you just let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? So it's that simple. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. I see the phone lines are lighting up, so I'll grab a couple people, and we'll get going here in a minute.
Thank you, Jimmy. Every day at 11:45, you can count on us giving you a big prize, and we do appreciate you guys listening, guys and girls. And thank you so much. It's our way of giving back and saying thank you. Always a lot of different things: concert tickets, sporting events, maybe Rapids, restaurant trade, New York Prime, different places. We appreciate you guys are involved with the station and listen every day. So it's our way of giving back. And all you have to do is answer a simple question, and you're ready to go. And that's it. Last night was the Panthers and the Heat, so there's a little bit of a letdown for sports fans in South Florida. A lot of guys are like, oh, my God. Same thing they always say, a little bit of a depression rolls in when the NFL season ends. Guys get a little like, oh, my God, it won't be a football game.
So we have a question for you, but first, Donna, text at 47142, started off with Real Radio. Jimmy had mentioned, we were talking about New Zealand, it got brought up, and because a guy in that Florida story was in New Zealand for 7 months, and somebody decided to squat in his house for that amount of time. So the Prime Minister, who was hot, or is hot, shall
Jimmy
I say,
said,
just
yeah.
no longer the Prime Minister. Donna says that the Prime Minister, she resigned back in January because she wanted to spend more time with her family.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, I guess she's got a very small child, so that's why she resigned, and that's why there's a new dude there and not the hot one that Greek was so excited about. And then somebody wants to know, so with Greek's story, I want to know how old this quote-unquote kid really is, the one who stayed there.
He was in his late 30s.
Okay, so not a quid. He said, I got a feeling he's like 39. So like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And the guy was
because
like
you
in
say
his 50s.
kid, he probably was thinking it was.
I call everybody a kid.
Yeah.
And the guy was like in his 50s.
Okay.
Again, didn't turn violent or anything. It was
No,
just
of course
it was a funny story. And again, the kid stayed with his girlfriend.
He said everybody was cool about it at the end, but
Yeah.
I understand.
I think he was more cool about it because the kid was honest
Mhm.
and said, yeah, I stayed here the whole time. And the guy said the girl left like one pair of her underwear on the couch. So he was cool with everything. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we're starting today's contest with Keith. Keith, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hello.
Hello, Keith. How are you today?
Not too shabby. Thanks for asking.
All right, cool. You ready to play this game to try to win tickets to the concert?
Yes.
All right.
Keith, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. They have special guest Falling in Reverse playing with them Saturday, September 16th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. I'm going to read you a quote, Keith, and you just got to let us know. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I say it? And I've got the audio to back it up. Okay, bud?
Okie dokie.
All right, here is your quote. Because it's hard to do it by yourself. Because it's hard to do it by yourself. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to go with the Greek.
Sorry. That was Miss Francis, and it sounded like this.
Because it's hard to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I remember when she said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I wrote
What
it
was I
down.
talking about?
Frisbee.
Okay. It's
You
not
can't,
as
play,
fun.
you can't play by yourself. I mean, you can
It's
draw
not
it up in
as
the air,
fun.
but it's better if you have
You're
play
right.
catch.
Right. That's probably what I was talking about.
Sorry about that, Keith. Next up, we have Ryan. Ryan, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey.
Ryan, how are you today?
Sweating to death. It's hot.
It is warm one out there, isn't it?
Yeah, watch it. It's going to be a little bit warmer this afternoon with a chance of rain around 3:45.
Yeah, look out for that.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of concert tickets here. I'm going to read you a quote. Just let us know, Greek, Franny, or me. Okay, bub?
Yes, sir.
Here is your quote. Well, don't swallow it. Well, don't swallow it. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
I'm going to have to go with Greek.
Sorry, that one was me. Well, don't swallow it. Sorry about that, Ryan. All right. Next up, we have Travis. Travis, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, guys.
Travis, how are you today?
Doing good.
Doing good. I'm having a chicken sandwich for lunch today, in case you care. You ready for this question?
Go ahead.
You got a question for him?
You do.
Wow.
I just
I'm just here to look pretty. All right.
I tell him I'm having a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters, right?
It is.
All right, Travis, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets here to see Avenged Sevenfold. Here is your quote. When they hand it to me, I just take it. When they hand it to me, I just take it. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
Could be Greek.
Sorry, that one was Miss Francis as well.
When they hand it to me, I just take it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're bad at this too, by the way, because we're guessing wrong the whole time. And
they're tough
it's
questions.
from us.
They're
yeah.
tough. They're tough today. All right, next up we have Rich. Rich, welcome to the Penthouse.
Thanks, guys. Happy to be here.
Hey, Rich,
Hey, Rich.
thanks for having us. We appreciate it. How long have you been listening
Thanks
to
for
the
having
station?
us.
How long have you been listening to the station?
Years.
What have you learned from this show?
Man, I started working in the independent car dealership down in Port St. Lucie and just fell in love with you guys immediately.
Wow, that's very nice. Thank you so much for listening to us all these years, Rich. By the way, what do you like on your chicken sandwich, Greek?
Tomato and light mayo.
Okay, nice. All right, Rich, let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold. I'm going to read you a quote. Just let us know, Greek for any of me, okay?
All right.
All right, here's your quote. I can't put it in my mouth. I can't put it in my mouth. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I say that?
Man, everyone's gone Greek today. I think this is the one. Let's go Greek.
There it is.
Nice job.
That's the one. And let's see. That is this one right here.
I can't put it in my mouth.
He can't. He can't do it. All right, Rich, if you would, hang tight. When we go to break, I'm going to come back on the line with you off air, get a little bit more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you for listening.
There we
Congratulations.
go. That's how you do it right there, kids. All right, so we circle Rich, and we will get him set up. Hey, I got a quick story.
Okay.
And this is one of those things that it's going to be a movie someday, if it hasn't already, right? So this lady I think it was in Ecuador, right?
Yes,
so,
I read about
This lady passed away, right? And she died of a heart attack, right? She was 76, and, it's obviously very sad. Bella Montoya was her name. And so anyway, the family's at the funeral, and guess what? There was knocking on the coffin. She wasn't dead.
How long was she in the coffin for?
Crazy.
I don't know. It wasn't that long because apparently it was, I don't know.
But she was pronounced dead. Like, she was dead for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Before that. 4 hours.
Yeah. But they did a real quick thing where they got a viewing. They got her in a coffin and everything. And this was at her wake.
Yes.
Her son was there. And of course, he goes, it's a miracle from God.
Of course.
And,
So and that's what I'm curious. I wonder if they do it different in Ecuador, right? Like you die, they pronounce you
That's
dead.
quick.
A few hours go by, they put you in a casket, have a wake. Because, you would say normally it takes some time.
Couple days.
It does. Sometimes a week,
Well, and apparently there was no embalming process or anything like that done there. So, I don't know if it's religion or just something the way they
Just
do it in
culturally
the country,
different.
right? So she was obviously carefully removed from the coffin. I mean, I did see a little bit of video of it, and she did look like she was sick. I mean, but obviously breathing.
They took her away on a stretcher.
Yeah, they took her out on a stretcher, and apparently she has, and I don't know if I'm going to be saying this right, but catalepsy. Is apparently what was causing this to happen because it makes your body very rigid and slows down your heart rate and everything like that. So apparently that's what she's suffering from. And also that keeps you from reacting to pain.
Okay.
So I guess maybe when they kind of do something to make you seem like, are you awake or something like that? They usually put something to your foot or, and she wouldn't feel that, right?
But the medical examiners did say that she had some kind of like a heart attack or something.
Yeah, there was some sort of a condition with her, with her heart. But she went back and she's in the hospital and she's recovering and apparently is going to be okay.
Is that not crazy? So I talked about this story a little bit earlier on the Gator Morning Show, and my initial thought was, thank goodness.
Yeah.
She did not have to be cremated.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine?
Because it was because they were saying like 4 hours that
done.
she,
or maybe, God forbid, they buried her.
Buried alive.
yeah.
Right? I mean,
Because this happened during the wake. You're right.
That would have been terrible.
We've heard a
So freaky.
couple of stories like that, right? All of a sudden somebody starts knocking and as they're putting, throwing the dirt on top.
Man, between that and the story with the kids from Colombia and the Amazon rainforest, there's been so many things that are coming out that are like, this has to be a movie. There's more updates going out. The 13-year-old was talking, and they're trying to figure out who the kids are going to go to. The grandfather is claiming because the mom was the one who passed, dad is still around, but grandfather is claiming that the dad beats the kids.
Oh, God.
There's also stories.
Oh, no.
There's also and that they would hide in the forest to get away from him every now and then. And now there's also stories because I read that the mom was alive, the kid was saying, for 4 hours after the plane crash. Or I'm sorry, 4 days.
Oh, God.
After the plane crash. So they were with her until that time. And then the reason why they left is because they ran out of food. And so they went to, they had to go seek out food, all the kids. And so the claims is that there was like infidelity issues. And this is just stuff I've been reading between mom and dad. And he cheated on her. And then they were going to reconcile. So that's why she packed the kids in the plane and they were going to to him.
Oh.
And when this
That's
happened,
sad. Oh, my God.
I mean, there's so many stories.
And salt in the wound.
Yeah, there's so many stories coming out of this situation. It is
Wow.
absolutely crazy.
So when the kids left, mom was still alive.
Mom
and
was alive for 4 days.
So
No, they stayed with mom.
They did until she passed.
Yes.
And then they left.
And I think because they said that obviously it was 40 days, but it took a while for them to even find the rescue efforts to even find the plane that had crashed.
Right.
It took a while for them. And so they were with mom, and they're probably with her for a while, even after she passed.
I'm sorry, I didn't do the math there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So they probably were with her for a lot longer.
Right.
And they said the reason why they seeked out is because they had that flour, the cassava flour, that they were eating. And I think once food ran out, they were, they had to do whatever they could to survive.
Sure.
There are so many stories out there.
Crazy.
There was a story in the New York Post. A guy in Belgium faked his death because he wanted to see who would go to his funeral.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh, my God.
Well, he was trying to teach him a lesson.
Yeah, and then he landed in a helicopter at the funeral. And then he got out of the helicopter.
Oh, that is so Greek.
Isn't it?
Oh, that hurt.
Hurt?
And
that was a compliment.
His kids were involved, and his mother, his wife, were involved in it too. And it was on TikTok, I guess, and they had the cameras there waiting.
Yeah, so
these are all like movie plots.
It is.
Amazing. He got out of the helicopter and goes, "What's up?"
I mean, this is an elaborate plan. It's a 45-year-old dude, faked his own death, turned up at his own funeral, as G-Man mentioned, and it was just a extremely over-the-top dramatic stunt to teach his family a lesson about staying in touch.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So he was really looking to see family.
Who came, who didn't come to his funeral. But again, it was all planned, obviously, and they had cameras there.
Right.
And it was on TikTok.
Yes, immediate family, wife and kids, but it was like extended family who wanted to see who would actually show
and as
up.
we said, he was like, and you see him hugging him and stuff when they see him, but still, he's getting a lot of crap about this.
Yeah.
But like he said, what I see in my family often hurts me. I never get invited to anything. Nobody sees me. We all grew apart. I felt unappreciated. So I'm going to fake my death. That's what he did.
And he also looped the kids into
teach him a lesson.
And his wife. I mean, so it wasn't, because you would think, God forbid, if they weren't involved, imagine how they felt.
Oh.
Your father passed away or your husband.
Well, it doesn't sound like his beef was with them. It was
No, because they were part of it.
Yeah, they were part of it.
Other people in his family.
Yeah, he had all the cameras there and everything, and he must be a baller because he landed as a helicopter. You think he could have drove up?
And he had enough money to waste on a funeral, to put together a funeral. Those are not inexpensive.
People do anything for hits. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts, and also we got WWGD at 1:35. We'll be back. Peace.
Live without a net. Suck it podcasts. Unless you're our podcast. That can get fixed in post, right? Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
These are emails filling your employees' inboxes, downloads beaming from device to device. And any one of them could be a cyber attack. Is it possible to keep your small business safe? It is with Comcast Business Security Edge. It helps keep your connected devices protected, and you can monitor threat activity in real time. So this security threat is the last thing you need to worry about. With Comcast Business, advanced security isn't just possible, it's happening.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 7/23/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your finances and your money are on your mind 24/7. Trajan Wealth can put your mind at ease. They can put together a financial plan to fit your goals and to give you financial freedom. And everybody wants that. You want that financial freedom, and when you go to bed at night, you want to relax, get a good night's sleep, and not worry about your money. Trajan Wealth CEO Jeff Jr. fully appreciates the importance of the true independence. They have advisors helping you craft a plan for you and your family. 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth understands the importance of tactical investments and tailor insights for growth in line with your risk tolerance. Call Trajan Wealth today, 561-390-1000. Their staff can help your money, and you want your money always to grow, especially in a market like we're in today. TrajanWealth.com for more information. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor paid advertisement.
The Miami Dolphins are coming to the ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Come watch the Xavier Howard Celebrity Softball Game on June 17th, which will include appearances from star players Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Don't miss this unique event in our backyard and purchase tickets online at ballparkpalmbeaches.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Hey, Franny, it's reconcile, not reconcile. Greek's rubbing off on you.
Who? Cheers.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Oh, well, thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. I will say it correctly from now on, or at least I will try my best. And yes, Greek does rub off on me every now and then. Do not make that face, Jimmy. Good afternoon. Hello. Ding, ding, ding. It's lunchtime. Oh, no, don't use that. And he said, she said. What is going on? Thank you, as always, for tuning in and paying attention and participating. You can always get in touch with us, 47142. You just got to start it off with Real Radio. That's our text line. You can leave us a talkback feature just like that on our iHeartRadio app. You just search for Real Radio 921 and hit that microphone icon. Of course, you can email us, jimmy@realradio921.com, or give us a call, 877-927-6969. This is Franny. We have Jimmy with us. Hi, good afternoon.
Hello and good afternoon.
And, of course, G-Man. Hello, Greek.
Good afternoon, Francis. I know we got some fun facts about what?
It's Franny's fun facts.
Peanut butter?
No.
Bikinis?
Nope. Today is, besides Flag Day, it is one of Jimmy's favorite spirits. It's National Bourbon Day.
Bourbon Day.
Yes, it is Bourbon Day. And heads up, in the very beginning of the show, hold on, I do want to find the exact text so we can give you a shout out at 47142. We had, good morning, it's National Bourbon Day. So thank you for letting me know. And that is John Palm Beach from the Bourbon Society, Palm Beach Bourbon Society.
Oh, cool. All right, John. Enjoy your bourbon.
They do great events. If you don't follow them on Facebook, check them out. And so I have some fun facts here about bourbon. Well, we've always heard that bourbon, it has to be from Kentucky, right? Have you heard that before?
Yes.
It's got to be. Right. Well, 95% of bourbon comes from Kentucky, but according to this, it doesn't really have to. Heard that with different spirits, like champagne has to come from Champagne. Tequila has to come from the Jaliscos or whatever. But they're saying bourbon creation is linked to Louisville, and most of it comes from Kentucky, unlike other distinct geographic bound products. As I mentioned, champagne, which must come from Champagne, France. Bourbon can come from anywhere in the U.S.
Okay.
According to this, they said today there are bourbon distilleries all over America, including California, where a lot of creative people are infusing their bourbons with these what they call West Coast botanicals instead of stuff you get in Kentucky. But even though it's just basically the home of it. Yeah. In fact, there is a bourbon trail that you can explore. I know my sister and her husband did this, and she said it was awesome. So when you do go to Kentucky, there is that bourbon trail. There's 37 distilleries.
Wow.
Yep. And bourbon-themed restaurants and historic hotels. They say it's an adventure every bourbon fanatic needs to experience.
Bet you're smacked after that trip.
Probably. So I don't think they did all 37.
Oh, okay.
It's customized, or you kind of pick or choose, because that is a very long day.
It's like when you go to, wow. It's like when you go to Napa Valley.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're trying wine all day. You come home, you're like, whoop.
I mean, they did a tour. I bet you, if you want to do it on your own, hit up all 37, try it out.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. But it's really cool. They say you explore Kentucky history and the roots of the bourbon industry, and all kinds of stuff by bus, bike, or they have a bourbon boat. You can experience the birth of America's spirit firsthand.
Oh, I'll take the boat. I think that's very romantic.
I want the bourbon boat, please.
Yeah, give me the bourbon boat.
What do you row a boat down a bourbon river or something?
They said if you sample the spirits, we suggest not driving.
Oh, so the boat be perfect. Good idea.
Yes, because you want to sip on the bourbon. You want to try it out. And bourbon is 80 proof at a minimum. More fun facts on a National Bourbon Day. There are bourbon rules. 5 of them to be exact. The bourbon rules are: bourbon must be made in the United States. It must be aged in a charred new oak barrel. The mash must be at least 51% corn. Whiskey cannot enter the barrel at higher than 125 proof. And distilleries cannot add anything except water. They can add water only to lessen the proof when necessary.
Oh, all right.
Bourbon distilleries made penicillin during World War II. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Well, now you do.
Well, thank you. I didn't know that there, Bobcat.
During World War II, bullets and bombs were scary, but wound infection was a legitimate concern. And though it was Sir Alexander Fleming who discovered penicillin some 15 years before World War II broke out, the antibiotic was in short supply, so bourbon distilleries converted to make penicillin on a large scale. It's almost like how our distilleries during COVID started making hand sanitizer and stuff like that.
You're exactly right.
Yep. Let's see right here. Bourbon requires special barrels. Scotch gets the leftovers.
Oh, we'll take it.
Yeah, you like Scotch? We'll take it. As stated in the rules, bourbon must be aged in those charred new oak barrels. Many consider the barrels to be downright magical. Charring the woods, they said inside each one releases the faint flavors of toasted caramel and vanilla that infuse beautifully with the bourbon. But bourbon barrels can only be used once for bourbon. But Scotch producers are happy to take them after the fact. And they age their Scotch and use bourbon barrels to create the distinct Scotch flavors.
How about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm learning some things here. And then let's see. We will do one more. I know, G-Man, because there's a lot here. I know you are down with the Kentucky Derby and a mint julep.
Mm-hmm.
So mint juleps were actually created to disguise bad bourbon. They said they also disguised lousy whiskey back in the day. We weren't as great at distilling all of the flavors of our alcohols, so we used mint and plenty of sugar to disguise any bad bourbon flavors. Thus, the mint julep was born. And there you go for some bourbon fun facts. Bottoms up, people.
Cool. That's pretty cool. If the Warren Restaurant in West El Rey, they're known for all their bourbons. They have like 100 of them.
Bourbons are very popular.
Yeah. I mean, they have again, I'm not a bourbon drinker, but I know a lot of people. A great restaurant, but I know that's one of the things they're known for. A lot of people love the bourbon. And bourbon's in. I mean, it's been, what would you say, Franny, last year or two?
No longer than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it got a lot hotter.
Maybe
and
like
tequila.
the past 10 years or so, there's been a lot of bourbon places that have popped up.
Really cool. Like I said, great place. I highly recommend it, and a great bar. But I know people who like bourbon go there just for that, to try all the different bourbons. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. Don't forget, we got WWGD coming at you at 1:35. That's why I give directions and advice. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, "That's not fun." Yelling at clouds.
Old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets starting today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Only available while pre-sale tickets last, or until Friday, June 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fall Out Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Raid Light Trap.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet-friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu and an all-star lineup of beautiful ladies. It's always Monroe's of Palm Beach. And on Fridays, it's Fantasy Fridays. They bring your fantasy to life only at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Make sure you step in and enjoy yourself with a great time, and it makes a good night a great night. There's only one place, Monroe's of Palm Beach. If you're chasing tail, that's where you should be chasing. Get over to Monroe's tonight. Peace.
There are dozens of reasons why you can get medical marijuana, and MMJ Health can help. Once you qualify, then getting your marijuana is as easy as ordering pizza. Pre-qualify in just minutes at mmjhealth.com. Meet with a Florida medical marijuana doctor today.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel, évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
There's plenty of thrills at Gulfstream Park during the Royal Palm Meet with live horse racing action Friday through Sunday. For stake schedules, reservations, tickets, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, West Palm Beach. The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
When you order food for work on EasyCater.com, we've got your back. Real humans are here to help with your order every step of the way, making sure everything goes right, even behind the scenes without you knowing. Confirming and double confirming with the restaurant that everything is on track. If there's a problem,
thanks for calling EasyCater.
Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell Dads. This Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek for Precision Garage Door of South Florida. They have a large inventory of hurricane garage doors. If you need a new garage door, look no further than Precision Garage Door of South Florida. They're the largest inventory in stock of hurricane garage doors. Does your door need service? You can call Precision 24/7. They have a quick response time even on weekends, and there's no extra charge. Precision is locally owned and operated, and all the work is done by trained and certified employees. If you need a new garage door or your garage door is not working properly, you can count on Precision. Go to FLGARAGE.door.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
No big tie-ups if you're on 95 right now in West Palm, north towards the Gardens into Jupiter. Heading south beyond Lake Worth, you will get busier, but we don't have any accidents to slow you down at this point. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows the best deals for dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that you'll never meet the right people unless you get rid of the wrong people. Life is too short to hang around people that are pulling you down, draining your energy, keeping you from your best. I have a podcast where I talk about choosing the right people, having great relationships, so you can become all you were created to be. It's inspiring and encouraging. I think you'll enjoy it. Listen to the Joel Osteen Podcast, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Wednesday afternoon. A little hot today. They're saying it's going to feel like your sister's ass. It's going to be very hot today, so be careful out there. Wow. got a little rise from Jimmy on there. Jimmy, hello. Hello. Hello, Francis.
Hello.
So, grudges that people hold, they said there's one horoscope sign that holds them the longest, and it is the bull, Taurus. Now, you guys know, I don't think, for knowing you, working with you, and a little bit outside here and there, I don't think you guys are people who hold grudges long. Do you, Jimmy? I don't do. think you do? Yeah. Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm a Taurus.
Are you really?
Yes.
When's your
I had a
birthday?
feeling that's why you brought it up.
I had no clue.
Did you just say it was my birthday?
I'm kidding. I knew that. But I didn't put it together. It was just a thing that I saw.
Well, Tauruses,
And
bulls,
I would think no.
they're very grounded, but they're also known to be, we're Tauruses. We're supposed to be very stubborn.
Yeah, and I don't see you like that.
What's that hand motion for?
Putting salt on something over there, buddy?
Looks like it.
On your chicken sandwich?
Little salt and pepper action over there.
Your light tomato? Should be on Real TV. You can check this all out. Thanks to Monroe's. You know, when I read the article, I did not think of you as a tourist because you're such a great individual. And it just didn't correlate to me. I'm sorry, I didn't. But are you on the whole grudges? I don't think so. And I know you so long. I don't know. I think you bounce back really quick because you have such a great life and you're such a...
Oh, my God.
And you're still on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more than dead giveaway, right?
She's on the show because she's the best.
I'm pretty easygoing, but I've held a grudge. I think all of us have.
I think it
But
depends.
I don't think I'm known to hold a grudge.
Yeah, I'm talking real things you're going to hold a grudge. Somebody screws you over, doesn't pay you back, cheats on you. That's different. I'm talking
things that deserve
yeah,
for a grudge to be held.
Yeah, nickel and dime stuff, no, is what I'm trying to say. I know a couple people who are tourists and do really get mad over the littlest things that to me, it doesn't mean anything, but to other people it does. Like my one buddy gets really mad if he's not invited to dinner with these group of guys, but two of the guys and him don't get along. And I'm like,
but he doesn't realize that though, huh? He doesn't get the hint.
Yeah, and I'm like,
not fond of him.
It's not a big deal. But if my friends go out and they don't call me, I don't get mad. I really don't. I'm like, whatever. And they talk the next day. Hey, we went so and so.
Just pick up your own tab.
That's right.
It's about time.
That's what I say. My God. They always go to dives when I'm not around. But no, I don't know. I just don't know you to be like that. But again, I've never seen you get really super angry at somebody. But again, there's
holding a grudge doesn't really necessarily mean that you act angry towards somebody.
But doesn't it mean that you
can
can't
silently hold a grudge towards somebody?
Yeah, but you're not really getting past it. And they, experts say that's not a good thing to hold grudges.
I agree.
I mean, again, everybody's
should be able to work it out.
Yeah. I think if you don't tell the person, I think it might be a little bit, harder for you. If you tell the person maybe what you're mad about, I think it's easier to get over the grudge than if you keep it inside to you. And there's a lot of people who do that over the years, and they talk about it where there's certain things, or they're in therapy and they're trying to get help. I was seeing somebody the other day with an interview with that, Bill Walton, who played in the NBA for years, and he said that was one of his biggest problems. He kept everything inside. He internalized everything, and it really wasn't a good thing. And he learned it later in life that he should have been more open about it. But again, everybody's different. Everybody's personality things. And something that might bother Franny might not bother me, or vice versa, or Jimmy. I mean, everybody has different things. But yeah, they said Taurus. And I didn't put that with you.
But I mean, it is unhealthy to hold a grudge. I mean, we talk about it all the time when it comes things that can be stressors, including a grudge. It can overall affect your health too, and your mental health.
Yeah.
Physical and mental. So.
And I think sometimes in life, if things are going okay for you, then you're not as prone maybe to hold a grudge. If they're not going all right, then you might hold a grudge.
I think it's a personality trait.
Yes.
For most people. Some people do. And again, I say I do. I mean, I have in the past, but it's usually when somebody screws over a friend of mine. So now,
that's rare.
Is that holding a grudge? I don't know. It depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, I look at them differently. I might treat them different.
Mm-hmm. And that's not even you. That's a friend.
Yeah. Well, typically it's not me. I mean, you do something to me, just whatever, and I just kind of shut off. But I don't know. To me, it's more of a grudge when, for some reason, that's the way I kind of describe it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's right or not. It may not even be the right way of saying it. I just could be upset with something that somebody did. But, I kind of have a tendency of holding it on longer if you mess over one of my friends.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen, even at work, I've had that happen,
So pay attention, Franny.
Yeah.
I'm totally paying attention right now.
Yeah. Don't screw me over.
No. Would never do such a thing.
Jimmy will be mad at you.
I would never do such a thing. I do
Who do
not.
you think you're talking to?
Do not want Jimmy on my bad side.
Thank you, Jimmy. Now, there are some people who hold grudges for years. I mean, years. But I always see it in marital situations that got divorced. Like, I hear guys or women.
Yeah, well, that's.
Yeah, and I mean years, where they're still like, "Ugh." And that's not a healthy thing.
And usually it's both sides, right?
Yeah.
So both sides get that grudge, and then, unfortunately, and then, of course, one person will do one thing to kind of, poke the bear and do something at it, and then the other one, did you see what that, that one did? And then it goes back and forth and doesn't end.
It's not a healthy thing.
No.
It's not. And after Greek's next trifecta, if you have a hack to get rid of a grudge, let us know. You can help us out because we're going to get into some hacks. It's not to get rid of grudges, but some people, they're sharing small life hacks that they say made a noticeable difference in their daily routines. They said, it literally changed my life.
I want to hear this.
Yes.
It is the Penthouse. We'll be back with a trifecta and maybe something to help you out. Peace.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Panthers coach Paul Maurice says Matthew Tkachuk suffered a fractured sternum in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. He played in Game 4 but missed last night's game. After falling in the NBA Finals, the Heat are reportedly going star hunting. Kyrie Irving is tops on the wish list after failing to get him at the trade deadline. And the recently completed NBA playoffs drew their best TV ratings in 5 years. They averaged 5.7 million viewers a game. I'm Scott Davidson.
I'm back. And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cardus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your sleep matters, and I bet you know you don't have to decide between staying up late, watching the news, or getting your beauty rest. Fox 29 gives you the news an hour earlier at 10 p.m. so you can do both. On Fox 29 at 10 o'clock, news anchor Tanya Rogers. We've got you covered.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Hey guys, this just in. Right now, our buddies at Omaha Steaks are sharing an amazing limited time Father's Day offer with our listeners. That's you guys, to go to omahasteaks.com and enter our code Lexitarian in the search bar, and you're going to be able to order the dad's favorite gift package. It's what all dads want, and it's only $99.99, and you're going to love it. It includes 8 free Omaha steak burgers when you use our code, baby.
4 bacon wrap fillets. Flavor is amazing. 4 premium air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, 4 boneless pork chops, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets, and the Omaha steak seasoning. And like Terrence said, those 8 free Omaha steak burgers for only $99.99.
Do it right now. Go to omahasteaks.com, type in Lex and Terry in the search bar, and order Dad's favorite gift with 8 free Omaha steak burgers. This is unbelievable. Once again, omahasteaks.com.
When you order food for work on EasyCater.com, we've got your back. Real humans are here to help with your order every step of the way, making sure everything goes right, even behind the scenes without you knowing, confirming and double confirming with the restaurant that everything is on track. If there's a problem,
thanks for calling EasyCater.
Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you will receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to cordellcordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Your only troubles right now as far as 95 is concerned in Boca Raton. Crash on the northbound exit ramp to Yamato Road, though no lanes are blocked there. If you are on the highway 95 northbound, just south of Congress Avenue, there is a bumper in the right lane. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Raid Light Trap.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse. The best view is always the Penthouse, and we appreciate you guys tuning in to us and getting this entertainment for free. Come on. Where else are you going to get this? Port Authority, 3 a.m. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Always does a great job. And somebody I look up to every single day. Inspiration. It gets me out of the bed in the morning. Hello, Francis.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Oh.
I know.
Deep. Maybe a little too deep. Time for a trifecta.
Nothing on this show is a little too deep.
I love you. All right, training camp in the NFL. Of course, it's going to make news. And the Buffalo Bills, yes, they had a little drama. Diggs, their star wide receiver, walked out of camp. And then the head coach said, hey, I'm concerned. And Josh Allen, star quarterback, said, I might have something to do with this. This isn't good for Buffalo Bill fans. I know it's June and it's early, but stuff like this lingers. And it's not a good thing. The Bills have been picked the last couple of years to win the Super Bowl. And this has got to be their year. And they're hoping for no outside drama. They have a good team on both sides of the ball. They've signed a couple of free agents. This should be their season. So hopefully they can get this all worked out. Last night, the Panthers lose 9-6 in Vegas, and Vegas gets their first championship ever. And I can only imagine the strip clubs last night, or the nightclubs, or Vegas as a whole.
Was it you who said that they got an offer from Hustler or something?
Yeah.
Right?
They got lap dances for the rest of their lives.
If they won.
Yeah. The Vegas Nights.
I wonder if any of them are going to take them up on that offer.
Why not? I mean, if you're in the area.
Yeah, why not?
But it's not even now. It's still life. Like, you can go 20 years from now.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, that's... Can you imagine? You get a lifetime card. I get a lap dance for free. I think it was a great promotion, and I'm all about promotions. So great job by Vegas. A bad sign for our Panther fans and for the Panthers, but they had a great season. Hats off to them. Same thing with the Miami Heat. Realize this. They went a lot farther than they should have went, either team. So, you know what? Let's be happy about that. In baseball last night, the Yankees and the Mets played in the Big Apple Championship, and the Yankees took game 1. And both teams are not playing good this year. Yankees, when Judge is out, are just not a good team. The Mets have really screwed the pooch. They spend so much money. It's crazy, and they're just not having a good season. The owner said he'll stick with it for a while, but there was speculation if they don't turn around by the All-Star game, guess what? The manager's going to be out on his ass, and nobody likes being unemployed. But the good thing for these guys is when they get fired, they still get paid millions of dollars. So don't start a good GoFundMe page for them. That is your Greeks trifecta, always sponsored by Tequila 512.
Well, thank you, G-Man. Yes, before the break, I was talking about some life hacks. Do we want to take a phone call first?
Whatever you want to do, boss.
It's up to you. I saw your point. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, we got our buddy Pops checking in with us. Hey, Pops. How you doing, pal?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Great. Hi, Pops.
So good, Pops. Got to wear my shades backwards. It's
How
great.
are you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Mama, she's been in the hospital again.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yes, she had 2 mini strokes in the last 3 weeks. Good news is she's coming home this afternoon.
Oh, good. That's great.
Good to hear that.
Yeah, she's getting to come home just in time. Our guest arrived tomorrow from Florida, so we're getting geared up for the weekend.
What are the big plans, Pops?
Well, we're doing that brisket this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
18-pound brisket.
Nice.
Oh, wow. And I'm putting it on Friday morning at 5 a.m. We're going to eat around 4:30 Saturday.
Wow.
But I've been working like a one-arm paper hanger. I got the house all clean, carpets clean, porch all cleaned off, and
you're a good man.
Down, so we got a great breeze, and we're just looking forward to having a real good time with good friends and family.
Well, that's nice.
Sounds like a good time this weekend's going to be had.
Yeah.
I'll send you some pictures, Jimmy. I'll email you some pictures this week.
Okay.
And
thank you.
Brandon, I told you I'd send you that recipe for my scalloped potatoes. We're going to find out if it's a winner or not.
Please do.
All you can do, right?
Yep.
If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. That's how, you find out.
Well, it sounded delicious when you were talking about it, so I'm excited.
Everybody I've talked to that I've told them about this said, "Oh yeah, I can't wait. It's got to be nothing but good. It can't be bad." But I just wanted to call and let you guys know I'm still here, still listening, and I appreciate everything you guys do every day.
Pops, you have a great weekend. It sounds like you got a good plan happening. And you know what? Good news that she's coming home today.
Yes, please send our love to your wife, please.
Yes.
Please do.
God bless.
I will tell her. And I'll call you guys Friday and give you an update on how everything's going.
Sounds good.
Please do.
Have a good afternoon. Thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
guys.
Peace.
You too, Pops. So
So
there's
you-
little life hacks out there, right, that help situations. And this was another one of those threads. And I found some of these to kind of be interesting and some I might actually do in my own life. This is one, and we're going to start with basic ones that we've heard so much. And G-Man, you have even mentioned this before, too. So the BuzzFeed community got together and talked about things that make their lives easier on the day-to-day.
Okay.
And one we've said is put your phone or alarm clock out of arm's reach at night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is one that tried and true, right? As someone who has trouble waking up, I learned the hard way that I will just turn off the alarm and head back to sleep. And it's not because you're looking at it; it's because you got to get your ass up to turn it off. Yep. So head back to sleep or just black out, complete phone calls. Now I have to get up to turn off the alarm or to answer the phone, and it's really helped me pop out of bed because you got to, unless you want to just keep on hearing that annoying ringtone or alarm.
For a lot of people, it's very difficult to get up in the morning, especially if you're tied to a bedpost.
Yeah, it sounds really difficult. Unless you're not
Sounds like fun to me.
I'm not.
Don't tie me up. I'm not going anywhere. Go ahead.
I haven't heard of this, the coffee nap. So normally when you drink coffee, right, you're trying to get a little pep in your step.
Yeah.
So this person says the coffee nap. They called it a game changer. If you're feeling pretty tired, have a cup of coffee, then immediately lay down for 15 to 30 minutes. They said the caffeine will be kicking in just as you're waking up.
Oh,
so you'll
all
be
right.
refreshed and
I see.
energetic instead of just a caffeinated zombie. They said I do this over lunch sometimes, and it's been a game changer for them.
Oh, there you go.
The
All right.
caffeinated nap.
How about that?
Maybe we should try that.
I never heard that.
I haven't either.
I mean, it sounds a little because, like you said, you have
it makes sense.
Yeah, but when you have caffeine or soda or coffee, it seems like it wakes you up.
Well,
Yeah,
I know,
well,
but that's what
that's
they're
the
taking the nap
purpose, yeah.
before it kicks in. So they say right when you drink it, 15, 20-minute nap, and then you'll get that. It'll kick in when you're waking up.
All right. I've heard the same thing about sex too.
What exactly have you heard?
You know,
After
have sex.
15 minutes, it kicks in.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one, walking in green spaces is good for your mental health. They're like, but who has time to go to the park all the time? I check out areas on my commute or during errands that are nice and will make it a point to walk in them whenever I get a chance, even if it's just for 5 minutes. For example, if you're driving by and you see a nice pond by the grocery store, so I go around it once or twice before I begin my shopping. If you want an extra kick, listen to a relaxing playlist or nature sound on your phone as you move about. This has literally changed my life since the pandemic. They said comparable to an expensive meditation, yoga, or fitness class. This is $0 for me to do it. So just check out a little bit of nature.
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm sorry.
I agree. There's a champagne room at Monroe's, and it's painted green.
Oh,
so
nice.
that's
That's
where
a
I
green
go.
room. That's your green space.
Yeah, you go in there. It's a
Relax.
nice area.
It's
right?
relaxing.
I mean-
but is it $0? Probably not.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
I think it's the same thing sometimes they say with music, like you find a song that relaxes you, or if you hear maybe the sound of oceans, and they see you hear that going constantly, could just bring you down and relax. Like that Italian love song I heard. Every time I hear that song, it just totally relaxes.
How does it go?
Jimmy has it. He has it in the.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he has it.
I still have
right.
It was an Italian love song. It was very romantic. I
Okay.
played it for somebody and just wanted to show her how much I cared about her.
Nice.
And she said, "See you later, Greg."
Get out of here. Where's my money?
We're talking about simple life hacks. If you have any, let us know. 47142. That's a text line. Start off with Real Radio. Using the seat heater on the passenger side to keep my takeout food warm on the drive home.
That's genius.
That's good for pizza. I never knew that.
Yeah, try that out. Right now.
Yeah. I didn't even know I had heated seats one time for 2 years. I'm like, oh, my ass is hot.
Well,
Your ass is hot, huh?
South Florida. What do you need it for?
And as G-Man said during the break, it's going to be like 105 degrees today.
Oh, yeah, about
Put
3.
outside.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hot this afternoon. We've been saying it all morning.
Yeah.
This one we've heard a lot of celebrities do. I believe maybe Mark Wahlberg or The Rock. They talk about they get up at least an hour before everyone else in their family.
Yeah.
They get up early so they can have me time. Always take time to just relax and mentally prepare yourself for the day. It has cut down on so much stress. Just hard to get up that extra hour early, right? But if you can do it.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg talks about getting up at 2 o'clock. I mean, he's got to go to bed at least at 6 because he's such a, energy workout at the gym. He can't sleep 2 hours. You know what I mean? And the way he talks, The Rock says it's 4 o'clock.
Well, if he goes to bed even at 9, that's 5 hours. So 8. I mean, 8 o'clock. If he's That's 6 hours. I bet that's good for a guy like that.
Yeah, I guess. You would just think a celebrity, involved in so many different things. He's out and about a lot and doing things. But he says 2:30 in the morning he wakes up. That's early.
Well, I wonder how much of that he can do while. Well, they talk about those routines like that, like him or The Rock or something like that. But when they get on a movie set, I don't know how much control they have over things like that. They may have to that might be the routine when they're not working.
Yeah, right when they're home. Yeah,
I know, it's a thought.
No, you're probably
I don't know
that. Yeah, because when they're on a movie set, they have a different schedule.
Sure.
Obviously.
And now they probably still do something to get their workout in or, or whatever exercise that they like to, because there's no way that they can stop and start and not have that constantly.
Yep. What else you got, Franny?
This one's interesting. Squish the toilet paper roll before you hang it up. It'll make it roll much more slowly, preventing people, they said especially young children, from rolling out a large amount.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That one's interesting. We have this one. If you make a spontaneous trip to go shopping, these are small hacks in life that people have been doing that they say have changed their life. If I make a spontaneous trip to go to the grocery store, I only allow myself to grab a basket and never a cart. So sometimes I only use this rule. I can only get it if I can carry it. That's a rule that they do, because sometimes when you grab the cart, you grab things that you don't need. So if I only grab what I can carry. If it's a spontaneous trip, right? Not if you're not going full on shopping.
I think that's smart, and it probably works.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. These are things that they're talking about that help people fill an insulated thermos with ice water at night to have a deliciously cold sip of water when your alarm goes off in the a.m. They said it helps you wake right up.
Okay.
Okay. Want to try some of these when you get home, G-Man?
A couple of them.
Absolutely not.
I might try a couple.
I haven't heard anything there that says about looking in the mirror.
I know. I don't see anything about looking in a mirror either.
A nice
I'm sorry.
morning kiss and somebody looking at me and saying,
Is
wow.
that a hack? Yeah.
Oh, there's the mirror.
Kissing the mirror.
Oh, you look beautiful today.
Oh my God, I can't believe how good you look with
Can't
no
keep
makeup.
my hands off of you.
Can't get my hands off of you.
Oh, but you have any life hacks? Let us know. This one, if you have children, swap childcare with other parents. Saves you on babysitters and gives your kids a play date. We do it in 3 ways. One of them is during bedtime and post-bedtime. I'll go watch my friend's kids while my husband stays with our kids. The kids are asleep most of the time, so you can just relax and stay up watching a movie or something. Then swap the next night. One of them watches your kids while y'all go on a date or run errands or whatever. The basic swap, and not that kind of swap. They bring their kids over, go out.
What are you looking at me for?
And then reverse the next day or weekend. You know why.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they say it works for us because we have a big group of friends that often gets together with our kids. So it just kind of, just a kid swap.
Yeah, merry-go-round.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Merry-go-round with the children. So there's a few more on there, but yeah, if any makes sense to you or if you want to add your own, let us know. 47142, start off with Real Radio.
I think the one with the phone and the different room is a big thing. I think that's just something that I would think that would really work for a ton of people. Like you said, if you actually get up out of bed, it's tough to go back. You know what I mean? Now, some people have the ability just to go back to sleep in 2 seconds. But, like you see some people would throw something at an alarm clock if it was going off. Try to knock it off or something like that. But if you actually have to get out of bed, I would think it's pretty tough to get back, and go back and just be crashing. 877-927-6969. If you have any hacks.
I'm just talking.
I love it.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Who you talking to, your sister's ass?
Speaking of BuzzFeed, here was something that I saw too. And this was pretty wild because a couple of these things I kind of felt were real, and you'll understand in a minute. These were things that feel illegal but aren't.
Okay.
All right, so there's, again, a Reddit thread. People post it. Somebody puts up the title, right, and then people add on to it. And I thought this was pretty neat. So things that feel illegal but aren't. Walking through a store and leaving without buying anything. You ever walk into a store and it's just I don't want anything, and walk out?
It does, but I don't feel like
weird.
I don't feel like I'm doing anything illegal.
But I feel like sometimes the people who work there look at you a little weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Not illegal, but I think that.
I used to be very weird about it, but now when I leave, and I would just kind of I hope they don't watch me leave. But now when I leave the store, I'm like, okay, thank you. I'll thank them for letting me walk around. I just automatically, all right, thank you so much. Have a great day.
This person said, I always imagine I'm about to be tackled on the way out. That's a little extreme, but Franny is You kind of have that. Now it's not as much, but you used to.
I used to be weird about it, and now it doesn't bother me. And as I mentioned, I'll even make it known that I'm leaving by thanking them for letting me roam around their store.
Yeah, I'll say a lot of times I'm just looking. Because when you walk into certain stores, salespeople come up to you right away.
Are you looking for anything specific or whatever? Or can I help you with anything? Yeah, I'm just looking.
Yeah, just a hot brunette.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got any of those in the display cases? They got price tags on them? Because I'm on a budget. How about this? Walking into a restaurant, changing your mind, and walking right back out. Sort of the same thing, but in a restaurant setting. I don't know if I've ever done that other than seeing that the line was, too long. It was an hour wait for a seat, and then we decide to leave. And I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think anything of that.
Yeah, I never did that. Like you said, if it's packed, I've done that.
Yeah, sure.
Or you walk up to the hostess and you say, how long's the wait? And she goes, an hour and 10 minutes. I'm out.
Franny, have you ever walked into a restaurant and you're like, nah, you know what? I don't feel like sushi right now.
Okay, so I walked into an establishment and it was a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
And I know this is terrible, but when I walked in, I didn't see one Chinese person working there.
So you left?
In the kitchen.
So I
left because I was like, if I want Chinese food, I want it to be prepared by a Chinese person.
Really?
I did.
Don't you think that's shallow?
Maybe, but I wanted authentic Chinese food, and all I saw was a couple middlist white dudes in the kitchen.
So do you do that with everything?
No, that was the one time I can remember doing it.
So if you walk in an Italian restaurant and you don't hear, yo!
Listen, I know there's not always, for the people, I know there's not always Italian people in the kitchen. I do. And I'm just giving you an example. And I did this in my 20s. I remember specifically that it was me and my ex-husband, and we walked in and we went, nope, we're good. We went somewhere else.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
I thought you were going to say you walked in, you saw Greek, and you're like, I'm out.
I know.
What?
She wouldn't go in. If she saw one,
is that a black Benz?
I checked parking lots for his car.
Oh, yeah. She checks it. She sees any black Benz, she doesn't walk in. I hate him. I have to work with him 4 hours a day. That's enough.
Well, number 3 on this list might be good for Franny here. Owning a flamethrower.
Well, I don't know. I think those are so cool, but I don't know if I need one of those.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, they're not illegal. There are 2 states where there are some restrictions, Maryland and California.
They should be illegal.
Why?
Those things are a weapon.
Oh, they're awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Passing a police car on the highway, even if you're going the speed limit.
Yeah.
Another person said being around a cop just in general, but
yeah, and people like that are the ones that slow down the flow.
Yeah.
I was in recently with one of my friends, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we were on 95, and he thought that was. He said, you can't pass a police car if they're doing the same speed as you. I'm like, why not? I never heard that.
As long as you're following the speed limit.
I said if
reasonable, right?
Yeah, I said if they're doing 70 and you blow 90, I don't think they're a good thing.
Yeah.
But he was like, hand on Bible, because you can't pass them, Greek. Because you're going to get pulled over. I'm like, for what? I'm passing a cop on 95? But he believed it.
Yeah. Well, and
I think they do feel weird, even if you are going the speed limit. Like if the cop's going under, you feel like you have to be at that pace, but you're not doing anything wrong.
Or if there's a cop.
Very true.
Yeah, sometimes like if a cop's behind you, and this is a little bit, different than what we're talking about, and you feel a little weird. Like if they see
getting pulled over.
Yeah.
That was another one on the list. On a different, I didn't print them all out, but that was on there. Yeah, when a cop follows you.
Yeah, because and then all of a sudden you see him make a left someplace, and you're like, but what am I doing wrong?
Yeah,
Nothing.
I didn't do anything. So
another time I was with one of my friends, and he was like, "This guy's been following us for almost a mile." I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, nothing. I go, do you have anything in the car? He goes, no. I said, what are you worried about?
Don't worry about it.
And he goes like this, oh my God. And he was really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting off the same exit.
He might have had something and he didn't want to tell you about it.
I asked him, I think he would have told me, like if he had a joint or something. He just said he gets very uncomfortable when police are around him.
Do you remember what I called that yesterday?
In the show?
Yeah. Do you remember? When you ride with drugs in your car? What do they say?
Oh, riding dirty.
There you go.
Nice.
Look at you paying attention.
How about that? There's a first
right
for
before
everything.
our very eyes.
I love you.
How about another thing? This is things that feel illegal but aren't. Breaking up banana bunches at the grocery store. And then to get to, which ones you want. So if there's, a group of 8, right, and you only take 5. Holding eye contact with a stranger.
I don't think it's illegal.
I think it's weird. Why are you going to hold eye contact with a random?
Well, if they're hot.
Unless it's a stripper.
That's weird too, though. Don't hold eye contact.
If they look at you, you can't look at them.
Yeah, but holding eye contact that's awkward.
Well,
if it's a complete stranger, holding eye contact, I feel like means like you're looking for a bit.
I'll be like, well, then stop looking at me.
Yeah, take a picture. Yeah, kind of happened. It happened to you earlier, Fran.
Yes.
What are you looking at me for, Greg?
You're the only one in the room.
Making a cup of coffee inside, putting it, and I didn't get this one, so here I'll read it out. Making a cup of coffee inside, putting it in a ceramic mug, and walking around outside drinking from it. It's not a travel mug. There's no lid. I felt illegal for some reason. I don't get that one.
So you're making coffee at an establishment and you're putting in your own mug?
No, I feel like they're making it at home.
Yeah,
And they
walking
put it in their
around
mug.
with it
Yeah.
outside, but it's in a regular mug, not in a travel mug. That
person's
just
too much in
seems
their head.
Odd, yeah. How about this one? Telling your barber that you don't like your haircut.
I know you always. I've done that before with my hairstylist where they've done something I was not happy with.
Really?
And I just felt really bad. But you're paying for it, so you should get what you want.
Right.
And if you're unhappy, you should be able to say something. But it is to me, it's uncomfortable conversation.
But I don't think you would think it's illegal.
No, it's just uncomfortable. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's true because that was the topic of the thread was things that feel illegal but they aren't. Pulling out a notepad pad and taking notes about various aspects of a store or merchandise. So you're at a store and you start like taking notes on something.
Oh, see, something different, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong is if I take a picture.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna-
if I like
And that was
a
the
pair
next
of
one.
shades
Yeah.
and I take a
Yep.
picture so I can go home and see if I can find them somewhere else because I like to shop for deals.
Yep.
I'm not going to go for the first one, so I'll do that sometimes.
Yeah, I was out and I don't know what store I was in, but it is one of those things where you see people do it a lot of times, and I think the salespeople look at it weird. Like if you're taking, like you said, taking a picture, and I'm not thinking I can get it. You know,
And I'll do it discreetly. Like I'll try not to do it where they know. Like, hey, I'm taking a picture of your product.
But you're not doing anything wrong.
No,
you're taking.
It just
you're not
feels-
stealing.
But it does feel. It feels like you're. Something feels wrong about it.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I was just the exact thing, but it's not. But I've done it too, where I would say there's a pair of shoes I like. I'll take a picture of it, and then but if somebody walks in, then they walk over, you're like, hey, can I help you? And then you feel almost bad. You know, like I don't know. You have these in a 9.
I've had that somebody say, and I was
Condoms?
They know I'm not.
Do they
asking.
do them by sizes like that?
And they know I'm not asking for condoms.
No, but I have had somebody. Most of the time, I'm pretty. The people don't realize that I'm doing it. But I have had somebody ask me and watch me and ask if, and so I just right away just was like, I'm sending this to my husband to see if he likes them. So so you don't feel, even though I'm lying now, but I felt like I had to.
Yeah, like you were. I got to justify what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, totally lying about something stupid.
Even worse, you take the picture and then you walk out. Where I mean, there could be a reason for it. Like you say, you're just doing some research or something like that. So that was the kind of the main gist of that. And I know one that feels illegal, but really isn't when we get paid every 2 weeks, right, Greek? I mean, we're robbing this place.
Just Greek. 47142. Started off with Real Radio.
One of these days.
We have a couple. We got a couple life hacks on here.
Yeah.
Donna says, shop only perimeter of the grocery store. It has almost everything you need. It saves you money. Also, spray your microwave with water and set it for 30 seconds or so. Stuck on food will wipe right off. That's a life hack. Thank you so much. And I enjoy this life hack. If you freeze your booze in ice cube trays, you can get more booze in your drink. So some booze doesn't freeze.
Yeah. Well, you got to get super cold, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What are the drinks? And I've been meaning to ask you when they take the cube and the smoke pops up. You know,
some people do old fashions, smoked old fashions with that, but you need something you can use. Some people use like a little piece of wood or some people actually have smokers.
Yeah, it's a kit.
Some people they're like these chambers too. There's different ways you can smoke drinks, but typically you're making an old fashioned.
I've always wanted to ask you that because I see it out now. Is that when you order it?
But you can. I'm sure there's plenty of other cocktails that do it, but those are the more popular.
They charge more to do that. Like
you're probably going to see the price right then. It's a specialty cocktail most of the time, unless you request it.
Okay.
But they got to have the equipment to make it. So if you do see that, you probably will see it on their cocktail list.
Is that fairly common for any?
Like these big mixology bars, the bars that are known to make incredible drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You're not going to go to like a sports bar and get a smoked old fashioned.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, right? That's not something I didn't think so, but.
Well, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, no problem.
Again, just making my life better. That's a hack.
No problem. Double Roads, I'll be there Friday from 6 to 8. They do a smoked old fashioned, and they have the speakeasy area, and it's really, really cool. The bartender there, they're mixologists. I was impressed with them. I was taking video of all the things that they were doing. They're damn good over there.
All right.
Well, I will have to go there and try one.
Yes.
It is a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some Florida stories and WWGD, but what's on tap for the Florida stories?
Well, we have a situation with the dude who just kept on pulling knives out of nowhere. I don't know where he was keeping them, but it was kind of a scary situation. Then we got a squatter in Florida, a woman throwing a rage at a Family Dollar, and more coming your way when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows the best deals for Dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you will receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
These are emails filling your employees' inboxes, downloads beaming from device to device. And any one of them could be a cyber attack. Is it possible to keep your small business safe? It is with Comcast Business Security Edge. It helps keep your connected devices protected, and you can monitor threat activity in real time. So this security threat is the last thing you need to worry about. With Comcast Business, advanced security isn't just possible, it's happening.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 7/23/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, our mission is to fight to get you more. Because when you get injured at work or in a car accident, you will need more to move forward. We have more than 800 lawyers and thousands of support staff and more offices nationwide than any other injury law firm. So far, we have recovered more than $15 billion for our clients. But don't take our word for it. Check out any of our more than 28,000 five-star Google reviews from our clients. Injured? Don't wait. Dial #LAW or visit forthepeople.com right now. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you more. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When you call America's largest injury firm, you get the backing of a national firm, along with a dedicated team from your community, handpicked by us. When you need a fighter, you need us. Call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. forthepeople.com.
Hi, I'm Julie Haft for WATC. The temperatures have been so hot lately. Remember, when your wife is hot, call Air Around the Clock at 888-FIX-MY-AC. Call 888-FIX-MY-AC now.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6 star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There, you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to cordellcordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu and an all-star lineup of beautiful ladies. It's always Monroe's of Palm Beach. And on Fridays, it's Fantasy Fridays. They bring your fantasy to life only at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Make sure you step in and enjoy yourself with a great time, and it makes a good night a great night. There's only one place, Monroe's of Palm Beach. If you're chasing tail, that's where you should be chasing. Get over to Monroe's tonight. Peace.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Flow and drive times looking good along our Palm Beach expressways. No accidents to slow you down on the Turnpike or 95. Look out for that road work in Boca Raton. Delays 95 from Palmetto Park Road to Linton Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident?
Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Good afternoon, everybody. If I hit a scratch off tonight, I'm still coming to work tomorrow, just letting you know. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, hello.
Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? It's time for you to star and tell us some stories about Florida.
Okay.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So G-Man mentioned how damn hot it is out there, and people aren't the only ones who are like, man, I need to cool off. We had that story about the bear who was hanging out at the beach up north in Destin, and then somebody found something in an ice machine outside of a Circle K that was trying to cool off. Polk County deputies found an alligator that was chilling, like really, really chilling in an ice machine.
How did an alligator
They said
get an ice machine?
even the gators can't handle this Florida heat, the sheriff's office tweeted. It said that we have been seeing high surges, especially in Central Florida, into the mid to upper 90s this week with the heat index above 100. Yesterday was the hottest day so far this year, and today will be hotter. Orlando had a high temperature of 95 on Tuesday, and it's just pictures of him, G-Man. It looks like that he wasn't necessarily in it, but trying to get like in it, and he was hanging out in the back area. And of course, they put it on their social media that he was just chilling, trying to. And it's a little. I don't know. He might have been 3 feet, 4 feet, a little baby alligator.
Okay. The way he sounded, like you open up the ice machine.
I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. He stuck his head out the ice. Close the door.
What's up?
Right. Yeah, close the door.
No, they posted on there. Baby gator was caught cooling off ice machine of a Circle K at Polk County Sheriff's, and they did relocate him to a lake over there. Hopefully, people don't feed him because then we have problems. And then, a guy, it's like, where do these knives keep on coming from? This dude, I don't know, what do we call him, Joey?
Joey? Yeah.
Joey.
His name's James, but we're going to call him Joey.
Yeah.
Colasanti, 19 years young, asked random in a parking lot if they would drive him over to GameStop. Wanted to buy some new games or something.
That's right.
Some new video games.
Mario Kart.
Well,
here we go.
When the person said no, Joey pulled out 2 knives and threatened to kill the person for not taking him to GameStop.
That escalated quickly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Luckily, there was somebody there that was able to take the knives away from Joey. And then he was like, oh, yeah? You got another knife. He had a 7-inch knife, and then he threw it towards them. Joey eventually jumped a fence at a nearby high school, which ended with the school heard about it, set the school in lockdown mode. Law enforcement found Joey in a storage container on the school property, and they said he was still armed with knives at the time. Luckily, no students were ever in danger. And this is Sheriff Rick Staley. He said, it doesn't get any more pathetic than this.
Wow.
He ruined his future over video games.
That's sad.
Because he's been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and armed trespassing on school grounds. And I bet that armed trespassing on school grounds probably is steep.
Yeah, that's gonna put him away for a little while.
Yes, it is.
Good.
Man, these video games make people crazy.
Oh, they do. They really do.
Uh-huh. And then, he returned back from New Zealand. He went on a 7-month trip to New Zealand to find a complete stranger. We want to call him a squatter. That's what he was. He was squatting in his house. His name is Zamoy Brown. And this guy was there. So when he shows up, Zamoy's not there at first, but he notices his house is just an absolute mess. He said that everything was all over the place. He said it was just trashed. He just thought it was burglarized because there were several items that were missing. Well, Zamoy decides to come back, do what he thinks is his house. He shows up.
Hey, what's up?
And so the guy did call the cops about it or whatever because he was like, yeah, my house has been burglarized. So Zamoy does show up, and these two get in an altercation. And I love it because they said, well, the alarm, and he was like, yeah, I absolutely do.
Somebody's been eating my board.
Yeah. So it gets to the point where the homeowner, shots were fired. It was like just trying to scare him at the bottom corner of the door. And he did run out of the house, Zamoy did. Well, when they were talking to him, the cops, they finally caught up to him. He said, I've been living in the house for a few months, and he was the only one staying there, to his knowledge. To my knowledge, I was the only one there.
By the way, you're out of sugar.
He denied stealing any of the stuff that the homeowner had reported earlier that day. He also said that when he went to the house, windows and doors were all unlocked when he arrived, and he said the house was vacant for 3 years. And the guy's like, no, just 7 months. That was it. Of course, a homeowner pressed charges, and he was taken into custody. And on top of all the other charges, when he was searched before entering the deputy's car, they found meth in his pants pockets. So just a little extra slap and a baggie with marijuana in it, too. So it's 1:13. All right, and that is your With the Florida.
Thank you for the time update, too.
Yeah, no problem. I was like, what's my time?
It's 1:13 on your dial.
That's right. It's real radio. It's 1:13.
Yes.
It is a Penthouse.
Time and temperature check.
That's right. We're going to come back with some stories about celebrities who are betting and posting it. What does it do to you? Does it make you happy or sad? And then after that, we got a trifecta and WWGD. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I feel like old man yelling at clouds when I see it, and I go, that's not fun. Yelling at
An
clouds.
old man yelling at crowds is what they call a Biden rally
Yeah.
in some states.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Capital One cardholders can grab their tickets right now before anyone else. Only available while pre-sale tickets last or until Friday, June 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Add a Capital One Access Pass to your pre-sale purchase to attend an exclusive private performance from Fall Out Boy. Only available during the cardholder pre-sale. Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast. So visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One to buy now.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Raid Light Trap.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes, turning your home into restricted airspace. For insecticide-free protection that's people and pet-friendly, get new Raid Essentials Light Trap.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell and Cordell. Dads, this Father's Day, Cordell and Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you will receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lowe's knows the best deals for Dad. That's why this Father's Day you can save up to 40% on select tools and accessories. Shop Father's Day deals today. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/18. Selection varies by location.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
These are emails filling your employees' inboxes, downloads beaming from device to device. And any one of them could be a cyber attack. Is it possible to keep your small business safe? It is with Comcast Business Security Edge. It helps keep your connected devices protected, and you can monitor threat activity in real time. So this security threat is the last thing you need to worry about. With Comcast Business, advanced security isn't just possible, it's happening.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 7/23/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments. New 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The News Junkie is brought to you by Gordon & Partners. ForTheInjured.com. 561-333-3333.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your finances and your money are on your mind 24/7. Trajan Wealth can put your mind at ease. They can put together a financial plan to fit your goals and to give you financial freedom. And everybody wants that. You want that financial freedom, and when you go to bed at night, you want to relax, get a good night's sleep, and not worry about your money. Trajan Wealth CEO Jeff Jr. fully appreciates the importance of the true independence. They have advisors helping you craft a plan for you and your family. 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth understands the importance of tactical investments and tailor insights for growth in line with your risk tolerance. Call Trajan Wealth today, 561-390-1000. Their staff can help your money, and you want your money always to grow, especially in a market like we're in today. TrajanWealth.com for more information. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40% of Americans don't have $400 saved in case of an emergency. People are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind. That's why at our firm, our fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case. When you're injured in an accident or hurt on the job, choosing a lawyer will be the most important decision you'll have to make. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Low and drive times looking good along our Palm Beach expressways. No accidents to slow you down on the Turnpike or 95. Look out for that road work in Boca Raton. Delays 95 from Palmetto Park Road to Linton Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Fountain Blue's Summer Paradise Getaway.
Fountain Blue Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Taste incredible food from 8 casual and fine dining restaurants, or spend an out-of-the-ordinary night at Live Nightclub. Save up to 25% plus. Receive up to a $100 resort credit when you stay 4 nights or more, June through September. Book now at fountainblue.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the Morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
All of the best free curated playlists.
It's everything that rocks.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing content.
When
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
1017. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkie. Rover steps in, and then Lex and Terry, and then in the morning, get Rover and his crew. They'll kick you off to a good start every single day. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hey, happy hump day.
Hump day.
So a lot of celebrities put up things about gambling and, bets they put in and different things. And they post it all over the place. Mayweather did it for a long time. Drake did it. Drake's doing it now, actually. It's sort of funny. Drake will put up something earlier in the week that he lost, or a bet that he loses, then he'll put up something that he won. And he did it this week, too. He had over-under on 5.5 earlier in the series. And then yesterday he posted something that he had Denver for like $2 million to win. So it's two different things. But they asked this question, does it bother you if celebrities put up stuff about what they bet? Or I guess you could also say their lifestyle. And does it affect you in any shape or form? For most people, I think it gives them something to talk about, but I don't know if it bothers them. Would it bother you, Franny?
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Not my money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got the money to do so. They can do what they want with it.
Say
it doesn't affect me.
A celebrity you don't like.
Still doesn't bother me.
You're not happy if they lose?
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying if you don't like the person.
No.
Okay, these are just questions. Jimmy,
Yeah.
what about you? No.
No, it doesn't really affect. I don't see it, so it doesn't bother me. What little bit I do, because I'll hear about it from you, and that's just as good as seeing it, really, to some extent. I mean, I guess maybe it can be a little bit different if they're like flashing cash or something and posting a picture. But we see it with Mattress Mac and the bets that he puts in, because that makes news, right?
Sure.
And even some of the big celebrity ones, so like Drake or Mayweather, but. No, it never bothered me. I don't care. And the zeros that they have in the bank, it's no different than me putting a $20 bet to them. Mm-hmm. It's $2 million. I mean, it's just they have that many zeros.
Does it bother you?
When Drake bets, though, and if I'm on a different side, I feel more comfortable. I might even bet more because I think he's a 13. I really do. I think for a while he lost a lot of bets, and it was so bad that people were just posting stuff about it. Like in cities would get mad, and people get hot and cold in betting.
Yeah.
Nobody's always hot.
Same thing with Mattress Mac. I mean, he was on a cold streak there for a while.
He was,
and then he won the World Series.
Yeah, but you're right. He lost a lot of them.
Yeah.
So does it bother you, G?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really fit. I mean, it's conversation, like I said. I'm amazed sometimes the amount of money they put up and they don't really know anything. Sometimes I feel like that. But most guys, they want to feel like they know sports or they have an inside track or they're smart at it. At the end of the day, you're going to lose in sports betting, obviously. Very few people win at it over a regular basis. But, yeah, I think there's some people, if you don't like the person, I've seen guys say, I'm glad he lost. I don't like him or whatever. But, yeah, when you're boasting anything, I think you're going to get a reaction from people. That's just normal.
Well, if you're flashy, right?
Yeah,
if you're flashy about it, or some people take it that way. I mean, I don't. I haven't seen some of the posts that you're referencing, but I can imagine if Drake flashes $3 million in cash, or a big wad of cash.
Mayweather used to do it.
I just put up what you people make in their lifetime on a bet. If they do something like that, I can see where he's going to get some bad reaction.
Of course,
I mean when you throw your money in or things in people's face,
of course
it gets a reaction.
Well, that's social media as a whole.
Yeah,
like when people post what they're doing or where they're going.
Oh, there's people, I'm sure, to do that. You go out on vacation and post some pictures. Oh, Franny's on vacation again.
Good for you. Way to rub it in her face. I get it.
No, people get mad.
I know, and it's ridiculous to get mad about it.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, if you're putting it out there, you're going to get some people who are going to say something negative. But I think like what Mayweather used to do, he would walk in to the win with the Louis duffel bags full of cash. Mm-hmm. I mean, he stopped. He did that for a long time. Somebody must have said something to him, or he listened, or he just stopped on his own. But he doesn't do it more. He
makes you a target.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, doesn't that? I mean, that's what I would be afraid of.
Yep. He would go into Burger King. They would show him at Burger King in lines, ordering a shake, and have $2 million on them.
Yeah.
And he would show it. I mean, it's not some inside information. He have it on the front seat of his Escalade driving up. And it does make you a target.
There'll people knock you over for $8.
True.
More or less you flash, the 200,000 that you got in your pocket.
$2 million. I mean, that's, there are people out there who would not care. They were like, sorry, bro. You know what? Game on. But it is something that's out there, and some people do like it, some people don't. If you have a reaction or a thought, let us know. 877-927-6969. We're going to come back with a trifecta, and then a little WWGD. That's where I give directions and advice. Peace.
Download the app and then take us anywhere. Except maybe there.
Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny to partly cloudy as we move through our afternoon. It's going to be a hot one for us as well. Temperatures in the low 90s. Heat index in the triple digits, though. Be sure to stay hydrated out there for the day. We'll see a few thunderstorms developing late into the afternoon and lingering into the evening as well. And we're going to stay hot for the rest of the week.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's has been producing a great product for 25 years. It's summertime, so what do you got? You got barbecues and you got cookouts. Put Tito's on your menu. Tito's and lemonade. Tito's and cranberry. And if you got a tough day at the office, how about coming home, kicking back, enjoying Florida with a Tito's Espresso Martini? And if you're at the track, don't forget, stop by Tito's Raw Bar for great seafood and a Tito's Bloody Mary. Tito's Vodka makes a good time a great time. Peace.
If you've fallen out of love with your home, maybe you just need a refresh. Contact CertaPro Painters and we'll put the power of pro to work for you. That's CertaPro's power to transform living rooms and rejuvenate kitchens. The power to get the job done right, on time, and within your budget. Get that lovin' feeling back with the help of CertaPro Painters. Start your project at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of Fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
No, I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift. I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Card, just Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
GiveMeTheVIN.com created the computer site Unseen Bid. All these copycats, they take your information and they sell it to 3, 4, 5, 6 other dealers. We do not do that. When you go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome. GiveMeTheVIN.com is America's best car buyer for a reason.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Pace the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu and an all-star lineup of beautiful ladies. It's always Monroe's of Palm Beach. And on Fridays, it's Fantasy Fridays. They bring your fantasy to life only at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Make sure you step in and enjoy yourself. What a great time, and it makes a good night a great night. There's only one place, Monroe's of Palm Beach. If you're chasing tail, that's where you should be chasing. Get over to Monroe's tonight. Peace.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Boynton Beach, it's that ongoing road work slowing down the drive. If you're on the turnpike, you may find delays north and southbound from Boynton Beach Boulevard to past Lake Worth Road. 95 looking good, drive times up to speed. Make sure you slow down for bicycles on your commute. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Raid Light Trap.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap. Then trap flying in.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Midweek, baby. And get over to Hump with us. We'll be with you till 2 o'clock. After that, it is the News Junkies, Rover, and Lex and Terry. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And it's time for the last trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, whatever issues were in Buffalo seem to be resolved. The reports are today for Buffalo fans. Diggs is back and working out with the Buffalo Bills. Yesterday, he walked out of camp, and Josh Allen said there was some beef going on. It looks like they made up, and Diggs is back in camp. So, Buffalo fans, you can relax, and it's a good spring for you. You guys got okay at a new stadium, and your star receiver seems to be happy again. And that's what you need. You need happy players to win big games, and the Buffalo Bills are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Speaking of winning it all, Las Vegas Knights did beat our Panthers, but a great season for the Panthers. The Knights won 4-1, winning last night 9-3. The over was 5.5. Thank you, DraftKings. If you had that, you were in good shape, and you got a W and put some cash in your pocket. But the Panthers had a great season, went farther than anybody anticipated. So hats off to the organization, the coach, and all the players. Let's go Panthers. And the Yankees won yesterday, 7-6 over the Mets. They're playing each other the next couple days in the Battle of the Big Apple. And there is a rumor that Ryan Seacrest might be the next guy on the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to have
Ryan
to take...
Ryan Seacrest or his clone? How the heck is he managing? I guess without Kelly and Ryan, he's got time now.
Yeah, maybe that's why he left. I was going to throw my hat in the ring, but I don't want to do it.
So I'm guessing, because I'm not aware, I'm guessing Wheel of Fortune is in California?
Yes.
Okay.
I do believe that. Yep.
Okay,
yes,
got it. Because that was the issue, right, with the whole Kelly and Ryan was the travel.
That's what he said. It was too much for him on a constant level, going back and forth. And that is your last trifecta today, sponsored by Tequila 512.
All right, and since that is the last trifecta, and it is a Wednesday, that means it is time for something we do where you email us, Jimmy@realradio921.com. Well, specifically, you're emailing Greek because you are seeking some life advice. This is WWGD, What Would Greek Do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Oh, that's what's always snaggapus.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
He'd have lost 3 in a row. Feels like the wheels are turning off the ship.
I mean, really?
Yes, this is the 22nd edition of Ultra Music Festival. That kicked off, what's today?
Today?
Seriously?
Forget about it.
You're hired.
Your clog is plumped.
It's WWGD.
All right. And then we kind of have one that I'll get to afterwards on the text line. It is about betting. But let's start with these emails that we're getting. That's Jimmy@realradio921.com. And first is Kyle. So Kyle's girlfriend has been hanging out with a couple of new girls. She got some new girlfriends. And these girls used to be adult entertainers, strippers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kyle, get ready.
Yep. Well, they met at the gym, and since she's been hanging around with these girls, he's starting to see a change in her that he really doesn't like.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
She's charging for sex?
She's starting to go out once or twice a week with them and coming home super late. He's like, I mentioned to her a few times, I don't think they're the best people for her to be hanging out with, and she seems to get bothered by it. I feel like these girls are a bad influence and makes my girlfriend do things she's really not comfortable, and I'm afraid this is going to affect my relationship. G-Man, let's know, how would you handle this, and how would you make your girlfriend try to stop hanging around with these girls?
That's going to be tough. I mean, hopefully it's a phase and she's just hanging out with them for a while, but I think like everything else in life, when you tell somebody no, they do it more. I mean, he's already said that he's spoken to her and say, hey, I don't like it. So right there, if she's not listening, what are you going to do? You can't force somebody, and you don't want to force anybody not to do something, because then they're going to resent you, and it's going to start to be a little bit of a drama. I would just try to back off and just see where this goes and try to be patient. Don't put an ultimatum on her because they don't work. People are going to get pissed. And yeah, I get it. If she's starting to go out and hang out with strippers, the next thing you know, you might worry that she's going to maybe, do something or get involved. Hopefully she's a strong individual and has her own mind. But when something changes in any relationship, something new comes into it, maybe a new job, a new location, new friends, maybe a new habit, you get a little worried because you're like, oh, this isn't what I signed up for. But I don't really think there's anything you can do. He already spoke to her, and just hopefully maybe this phases out after a while.
Jimmy, what do you think?
That's all you can do, right?
Can't force him.
I don't see why. I don't see what else you can do. I mean, you can try letting her know again. I'm over here, and just let yourself be known, and try to go at it the way you have been as far as that is concerned. But I don't know. It sounds like she's already moved on to some extent. I hate to say it.
Well, she's doing her own thing. I think the other thing, too, is when you talk about somebody and you're hanging out with somebody new, I would have never, but it's done. I would have never told them they were ex-strippers because right away you go to a different part. You know what I mean? It's like when anybody hears anybody's just newly divorced. People, male or female, people are like, oh, they're going out, they're looking to score, this and that. I'm not saying to keep it, but I don't know if I would have told them that.
And it's kind of, this is completely my opinion. It seems like she's kind of missing something in life. The fact that she is going out late, and he's bothered by it, and it doesn't seem to faze her. There's
it's not good.
Yeah, I think there's something going on at home first before this is happening. And if not, maybe that's it. Maybe she didn't have that many girlfriends before, and maybe she's getting a taste of having girlfriends, and she really likes it. I don't know the whole story here.
Well, we never do.
No. And so if that's the case, because that could very well be it. Maybe she didn't have that many girlfriends, and she was like, oh, yeah, I finally have friends, and she's going out and having a good time. You feel like they're a bad influence, but if she's a good girlfriend and she doesn't give you any other reason to be jealous or upset or think that something's going on, then you shouldn't. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that, I just need more details.
Yeah, and you almost wonder again, sort of the reason why I said I think that maybe she already moved on is if she met new friends, why didn't she bring him along with that? Why does she go out without him all the time? Because that's what it sounds like.
I kind of get it.
Once in a while.
Girlfriends, 2 nights a week.
Once in a while. But, if you're in a committed relationship, don't you... Yeah. You don't have to do everything with your partner, but, you would think that he would have been brought along with some of it.
Maybe. But a lot of people feel like if you bring your boyfriend or husband or wife, it's a buzzkill. Like, we can't be ourselves and stuff like that. I don't know. Again, we're just assuming.
Right.
But like you said, if you want to be the person around, you bring them.
At least
because it's once or twice a week. It's not like it seems like she's spending more of her time with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
It says once or twice a week that she's out with them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but if she comes home half in a bag at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be like,
like
where
you
were
said,
you?
it could be a phase.
I didn't hear anything about drinking.
Just says that she's getting home late.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just assuming they're partying and everything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's Bourbon Day.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of this is assumption because we don't have all the details, but I don't know if it's a reason for you to split up. This is hard. It's hard for you to be like, you can't be friends with them either because nobody wants to hear that.
No, and if the
nobody
girls
wants to be told who they can be friends with.
Yeah, and if the girls are hot, then he's thinking, they're ex-strippers, they're out, there's tons of guys buying them drinks, this and that. Your mind wanders. Next thing you know, she's getting paid for sex. It's crazy.
But it also leads down to trust, too.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's an issue there.
I'm thinking of money, though.
All right. Well, if you guys have any suggestions for us that we haven't hit, let us know. 47142 started off with Real Radio. And next up, we go to Robert. And Robert's birthday is this week. And he's turning 40 years old. And Robert's like, I really don't have anybody in my life. I don't have any children or anything like that. And I'm thinking about treating myself.
Jimmy says good.
And I'm thinking about treating myself and going away for a few days to Mexico, having a good time, buying myself a Rolex, taking care of himself. He said, I'm a workaholic and I feel guilty when I buy something for myself. I said, Greek, it seems like you've treated yourself over the years.
No.
Did you ever feel guilty? No. How can I get over feeling guilty for treating myself?
Ironically, you might not believe this, but there have been times that I have felt guilty about things, really, for myself.
Yeah?
And I found myself sometimes, and my close friends have really broke my stones about this, that I'll spend more sometimes on people I'm with than myself. Like I would go out and buy them something, and maybe myself I might later now, and I would think about it. Well, years ago, no, I didn't care. But I don't think there's anything wrong with treating yourself. You work hard, you deserve it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I really don't. And I don't think you should ask anybody for their opinion or anything like that. Just go to, where's he going on vacation?
Mexico.
Go to Mexico, buy yourself a Rolex, and make sure you don't get robbed down there. But have a good time. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You deserve it. You work hard. Nobody's giving it to you.
What do you think?
It's a personality trait that, because really that's the hang-up, right? The hang-up is himself. I don't see anything there that says anything that he should feel guilty. He just unfortunately does.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you kind of get over that without just trying to just push it to your mind. You're good. Are your bills paid? Mm-hmm. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have to worry about that? And you don't have to worry about your job and things like that. Then, man, there really isn't anything to worry about. But some people just have that in them, and I don't know.
That's what it sounds like.
How do you get somebody out of that mindset, right? Because that's all it is. It's just a mindset. At least from everything that I hear here, it's not like he's going to go into enormous debt in order to do this.
But it doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound
no.
like it.
No, but workaholics, that is part of it because that's one of the reasons why you could be obviously successful because you're constantly working. Mm-hmm. You're working.
Yes.
And a lot of other people are like, hey, man, 4 o'clock, I'm done. Take my phone, pew, and other people are not like that. So then it can, overflow into, hey, I don't deserve this or I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an easy way to tell him how to stop feeling guilty because those are the feelings that you have within yourself.
Sure.
Just try your damn best. You know what? Just book that flight, buy yourself that Rolex. When you get there, just see how it goes. Have a couple margaritas.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time there
Get a
with the
hooker.
senoritas. Yeah, just have some fun. It may be difficult at first, but I guarantee once you are hitting that pool or your feet are in the sand and you're not at work, you're like, oh, this is pretty nice.
Yeah.
If you really feel like you're going to be overwhelmed with guilt, don't do the watch now. Go have a nice vacation, relax a little bit. Think about the watch later, maybe.
All right.
I don't know. Is that something so you don't take, maybe a little at a time?
I think it's great.
Wins,
Baby
little
steps.
things.
You never know. You could drop dead though in 2 weeks, so you maybe want to get the watch.
Yeah.
So
We'll
your
send you
wrist
money
looks
to
good
Greek.
in the casket. All right. All right. Well, good luck, Robert. I think you should take care of yourself, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
You
Screw
know,
the
it's-
world.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. All right. And then finally, we have Veronica. And Veronica, her boyfriend and her have been together for 4 years. And she was like, if we get engaged, I would consider having a... This is fun. If we get engaged, I would consider having a 2-on-1, a threesome with him. I love a 2-on-1, a threesome with him. Well, we got engaged last month, and he keeps on bringing it up every single day. That's what you get for saying that, Veronica. She's like, it's really starting to bother me. And
772.
yeah. But listen to this. So this is how she got me to propose. She was like, I was just kidding.
Oh, man.
Right?
That's bad.
She was like, I'm surprised he really took me serious knowing me for the last 4 years. I'm not a prude in the bedroom. That's just something that he knows I won't do. I don't want this to be a major obstacle in a relationship. Greek, what would you do?
Yeah, man. He's going to keep asking. I mean, it's like a kid with Christmas every day. You know, Santa coming? I mean, you're going to ask. There's no doubt about it.
You mean you lied?
Yeah, she's going to have to tell
How did
him.
she get out of line, Greek?
Yeah. I love Jimmy. He's actually beat his man. I mean, you're asking me to get into an area I'm not familiar with. She's either going to have to put that ass on the line or just tell him straight up, you know what? Or maybe she does this. No, I don't want to say that on the radio. That's not right. She's going to have to tell him the truth. Let's go to nice way. Just say, look, I wasn't serious. I love you. You
go to nice way. let me get out of my normal self.
Because I haven't really waited. She can get out
This is
of it.
what would Greek do. Greek would lie more.
You can get him totally S-faced, right? And bring a girl over, and then he falls asleep, and then he wakes up, and he's naked, and you go, my God, I was great last night.
Perfect.
And then,
Now that's what Greek would do.
and then you wake up, and then he's like, I don't remember. Well, it was a great time, honey. What do you want me to tell you?
Shouldn't have had all those drinks. Yeah, get him a roofie.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule for you. I maybe give him a little tequila.
Too much?
Yeah,
Okay.
the vodka. And then just wake up and go, wow. And he's not going to want to admit that he didn't remember because it'd be like a great night. And she'd be like, well, you know, we got that out of the way now. We don't have to do that anymore. And that's it. Maybe. You know, and you got to mess up the room and like the sheets all over the place, bra over there.
Oh, yeah.
An extra pair of shoes.
Call me. I'll help you out.
Yeah. It could happen. Somebody could believe that. Because if she brings a girl back and then all of a sudden he gets, he passes out, he's smashed. And then you don't wake up. How many times have you woken up and you don't remember the night before? A lot of people have done that.
Never.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm lying.
Never heard about a blackout. What do you think, Jimmy? Anything you want to add?
I want to add.
This is so serious. Anything else you want to add?
Here's what I'm going to say. Hey, Veronica, give it a shot. Why are you so...
She said she's not a prude.
No, honestly, you do. Yeah, you just have to rip off the Band-Aid and say, look, sorry, dude. I was just saying that. I really
It sounds like she has.
Yeah.
Like she was just like, I told him I was just kidding. He knows I'm not that person. But you didn't say you were kidding at the time. We were like, hey, if you propose, I'll give you a threesome. And that's the part that's kind of like, you should have been like.
Well, you just really got to tell him.
Yes.
Tell him.
And how about if he says to her, oh, no problems, honey, I love you. That's not a real diamond. You like apples?
Yeah.
How you like them apples?
Breakup.
Oh, then she'd be mad.
Yeah.
Then she'd be mad. What would you do, Franny?
What do you think, Franny?
This one's a tough one because if you said it dead serious and he did not realize that it was a joke, even though he knows what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of sort of duped him into proposing to you under false pretenses because you promised him something you're not going to give him. And that's not why he should have. He proposed to you because he wants to be with you for the rest of your life. Yes, that's why he did. But it sounds like that was just the cherry on top.
Yeah.
That was like, all right.
And he might think this is my wife for the rest of my life. You know what? It's only between us.
But don't do anything you're not comfortable with. If she really doesn't want to be part of a threesome, you can't do
Jimmy,
it.
go ahead.
You go ahead, Jimmy. Go.
Bring a dude home.
You never said it had to be a girl.
That'll take the air out of a balloon.
Ready for your threesome?
Wow, yeah, that's not going to take 4 zeros out of your bank account. You're like, what the hell's going on,
I should
Willis?
put an end to that.
Yeah, what's going on, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
You want to talk about things changing? Wow. That goes from a sunny day to a rainstorm just like that. All right, we do appreciate you guys writing in, and we do hope that I do help you. And if I don't, screwed. Not like you do. Not like you do. I mean, you're asking me what I would do.
I mean, I'm busting my ass over here every day. What do you want? What more do you want from me?
Are you kidding
Greek?
me?
Jesus.
Yeah, I do think that
People
get them drunk.
every week they write in.
Yeah, I think getting them drunk would be a good thing. I really do, because there are people who wake up. Then she wakes up with him naked. No, the girl's still there in the morning. You know, like say she's on the couch.
So you got to hire a pro?
No, I mean, you could get a friend to do
Just
that.
get a friend to do that?
Yeah, because, I mean, I would do it for somebody. You're not having sex. You're just going to be there.
So selfless, Greek.
I mean, I am who I am.
Another onion. Another peel of the onion.
I mean, I want to help my friends. Freddie, would you do it if a friend asked you not anything was going to go on? You're just coming over. Nothing's going to happen. We're just going to get him drunk, and then he wakes up.
I would never do that, though. I'm never like, hey, come over. Let's get my man really drunk so he thinks we had a three-way.
No, not you.
Oh.
Somebody asked you.
You'd be in the third.
No.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
All right, I'm sorry.
I don't want to be part of that dysfunction.
All right. Because then he thinks that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
No,
and
yeah.
as a married woman.
Yeah, that's not right.
That too. I forgot about that part. No. I'm
I
married.
wasn't thinking that. I forgot.
Yeah. That part. That's why. That's why I would not.
I'm thinking years ago, not now. Kind of person do you think I am? But that a piece of cheese.
We're out of time. I can't answer that.
But that a piece of cheese, and you'll see. Jimmy, great job as always. You make this show so much fun and enjoyable every day. I feel like I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world, besides the audience. Thank you.
Because you are. Thanks, Greek. Thanks, Franny. Thank you guys so much. Love working with you. Have a great afternoon, and thank you for listening.
Franny, I know you don't get tired
What
of
can I
this.
say?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. We weren't done?
Do you have any parting words, Greek?
Yeah. Great job. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are the apple of my eye. And I do love you. I really mean
Thank
it.
you, G-Man. Thank you, Jimmy. I know you do. I love you too, G.
I love you like a wart.
I love you like an audit.
And thank you so much for tuning in. Even though we hear all the time you don't learn anything, but we appreciate it.
God bless you.
Hopefully it entertains you.
That's
God,
right.
God
We're
bless you.
entertaining
Is
you.
right.
Tell us you want. Have a good day, everybody. Make it your own. It's going to be hot today, so put an ice cube down your chest.